45 seconds. Thirty seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
These are really dehydrated rabbit feet. Look, you can put a chain on them and have good luck. What good luck for the dude that got his feet cut off, but...
Dear woman that makes the rabbit treats, I used it all except the feet, and I put that on my F-350 rearview mirror with the chain.
Oh, these ears are
I've had the best luck ever since.
Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
I leave your headphones hung up.
You didn't. Stop. Oh. Just stop. Just stop, because I know.
I apologize.
So, it's not a big deal, but I'm a whole different person nowadays than flipping out over something stupid. But I am very particular, much like Dr. Dan Diaco, when he rolls into TOS, there's a certain amount of stuff that he likes in order. He might want a 17 blade here and this 21 blade there, and he might want his Diet Coke, and just like he's a true artist like I am, but I'm not a surgical artist. I am a wordsmith artist and or radio pro art content creation. So I'm getting ready to go here. I got everything in place. I still got a lot of catching up to do on some notes to do. I know what I'm gonna open up the box with, out of the box with. And I go to put my headphones on, and I have no volume. So then I look at the program button on the headphone pod, and it's in program. Well, I'm like, okay. So I start. It's like all the buttons up here are much like a jet. Like you gotta know what each button does. It looks way more intimidating than it really is, but it is intimidating nonetheless. So I start trying to decipher the problem. Well, I see that my headphones are not plugged in. I look down at the ground, and of course I can't get any volume out of my headphones when they're not plugged in. And then I go, oh, who was the last person to be behind my board that would have unplugged my headphones? Usually my headphones stay unplugged. Nothing back here gets messed with until Fridays when Johnny Big Head over there decides to... By the way,
fat ass over here.
Yeah, you fat ass who lowered my chair all the way down to the ground. That was the first thing I had to deal with this morning.
Well, he doesn't want to hit his head on the roof.
Well, it's true. Yeah, exactly. What was that? Harry and the Hendersons. Remember Harry and the Hendersons? They had like a T-top car or something. And wasn't Harry a monkey or a Bigfoot, whatever the Harry was? That's what Lummy is. Our very own version of Harry and the Hendersons.
I was so concerned about getting the AC turned up that I totally messed up, because even the chair, I was trying to get it to exactly where you had it, and I couldn't figure it out.
All the way down to the ground is not where I had it. So just to know, I knew this was going to happen, and I should have handled it yesterday. As I came to the studio yesterday, and I swept. I Dyson vacuumed because it needed so desperately to be vacuumed. And in fact, the studio needs mopped, but I'm probably going to wait till later in the week to mop it. So as I'm vacuuming here yesterday, which it seems like the Dan, Gene, Brian area seems to get the most need and vacuum. So I vacuum that area. Of course, Lummy, your area needs vacuum. I vacuum back here. And while I'm vacuuming back here, I do see that my headphones are unplugged. And I said, well, I'll just get them tomorrow morning when I first. Well, obviously I forgot. And I go to this morning and I have no volume in my headphones. I start freaking out. But it was because Lummy was behind here. Now, Lummy, I have no problem with you doing your little show. In fact, the show is good for, our overall, show, if you will. But you got to return my stuff, bud. Yes. What do you mean, yes? My chair was down.
Yes.
My headphones weren't plugged in. Come on, bud.
I have a checklist.
I used to have a rule back in the day where nobody could even come back here.
Yes.
Like even look back here. Like for a Medusa type deal. You might turn my stuff into stone.
I remember that. And the only time we could go back, the only time I was allowed to go back there was to grab the trash can.
Right. So unless you want to get regulated on down to trash again and not have the ability to be able to do your hot rock and flame throwing weekend review show from my area, you need
Dark Match Steve.
Well, with Dark Match Steve, who's zoomed in. Please, let me just be mindful. This is my own little area.
Yes, it is.
Dan, are you much like are you very particular on some stuff, whether it be?
Oh, definitely. I want my area like my area, but I still am taking a little bit of. I'm taken back by this area needs to be cleaned a lot. It's not me.
Well, Dan, it may not be you very well. You're only there 2 times, 2 out of 5. So there's 3 other situations that could get it dirty. I was not insinuating that it was you at all, my friend. I was just saying that area tends to get a little bit more little pieces of paper and fuzz and things like that, just because we have 3 additional people, 3 completely. And if you look at the 3 people that sit there, they're completely opposites of each other.
Gene is the only one out of the 2 others, Babyface and Dr. Dan, that take his shoes off.
Yeah, Gene does take his shoes off, so it's okay.
But Babyface does go outside a lot, so it might be him.
That's why I have rugs on both sides, on the outside and on the inside.
Double wipe.
Double wipe. So it was just a few little pieces of paper. It was not a big deal. And it could be in just normal wear and tear. Hell, my little area had a couple little pieces of paper. Lummy, yours area certainly did as well, to the point where I think I got it all vacuum up. Now I just have to probably mop today. Not today, probably Thursday.
It looks beautiful.
Well, thank you very much.
It's always nice here. It's beautiful.
And I sprayed all the counters down, and then I sprayed, I don't know if you guys, if you can smell, but I have some of the cleanest smelling stuff is Myers cleaning supply, Myers cleaning surface cleaning juice or whatever. And I don't know if
it's like wipe down stuff.
Yeah,
because I'm so used to Fabulosa, I can't stand the smell of it anymore.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna come over here real fast.
Is that Myers ME?
Oh my God!
YERs?
Wait till you when you get some of this, you're going to use it for your home. Let me just put a little bit on this. Hold on here. Wait till you smell how clean that is.
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, so I'm
good.
yeah,
it's clean but not gross.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So
Myers. Let me see the bottle.
I got it from my oh here. Let me show you. It's called.
Is it? Yeah, it's ME. It's MEYER, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it has kind of a really not very flashy logo, just kind of a brown logo with some white background. My mom and sister use it, and when you walk into my mom and sister's house, like the whole place smells like Myers, and it's just so clean. Now, yesterday when I left here and I walked back in, it did smell like Myers, but it sat overnight, so it probably didn't. I don't know. No, it smells clean in here. It just doesn't smell Myers like.
Doesn't smell Myers clean?
No, Myers clean. They make laundry detergent, and they make cleaning surface cleaner, cooktop stove deal. I think they make dishwasher hand soap. Like it's a whole brand, Meyers, Myers, and it's got such a clean smell to it. So anyway, I Myers everything. You know what area, Lummy, I'm so proud of that's staying very clean is the area between you and I, that little no man's area.
Oh, yes.
Remember back in the day before it was just like an absolute rat's nest because it was wired for radio, and then we flipped over to video, and we had remember those cheap ass ring lights that just were hanging every which way.
Yeah.
Look how uniform our lights look. Everything just looks. I walked in here yesterday, and other than it needing vacuumed a little bit, I'm just so proud of. Yes, and people can make fun of it all you want. This used to be a 3-car garage.
Well, the last studio was
I
a garage,
and
right?
I had a vision on how to turn this with Bob Cook and Big Red and creatine and I'm not very happy with Mushroom Mitch right now, Lummy. I'm going to be honest with you. I very much cut a promo on him text on Friday. Very much did. And then he gave me this bullcrap excuse. Was like, well, I'd like to go shopping to that place and give a little tour and show you some of the good thing. I said, shut up. Just because some people get high on every. You're such a mark for mushrooms. There's other ways for people to whatever. So anyway, have you had a conversation with Mushroom Mitch?
Yes,
like,
I have.
I got genuinely heat with. Like,
Yes.
I'm genuinely mad at him.
And
to the point where like I got so mad at him that I think I could turn him away from no longer being a fan and like being a troll.
He knows 100% how disappointed you are, and that has eaten him up all weekend.
My God, just whatever, Mushroom Mitch. Jesus. So anyway,
Can I make one more suggestion on the studio?
of course, we're still engineer. Dan, just to let you know, engineering still is a work in progress. We're going to do a flip down TV, and we have to build some cabinetry, do a little bit of painting, and so in any of your suggestions, don't request or don't suggest engineering because that's still a work in progress. But studio wise, everything's in bounds.
I would lower the camera 6 inches everywhere. They're coming up from too high.
Well, okay, maybe for you.
For everybody.
I like my cameras high.
It should be 6 inches lower.
Okay, well,
Not all of us are skinny, Dr. Dan.
It's not a matter of skinny. It's just a matter of we're looking at the tops of everyone's heads.
well, I mean, whatever. Well, you know what? Thank you for your suggestion.
You just said everything's in bounds, and you just told me to go F myself.
No, I did not.
I like it this way.
Dan.
Monitors get in the way, Dr. Dan.
I think I just said, I think I ended it with, thank you for your suggestion.
Our engineer just came in and told me monitors get in the way if we lower them 6 inches.
Dan's just mad because it's starting to get a little bit of power
There's
out.
There's no way lowering that 6 inches is going to block.
We know you're a doctor and a lawyer, but are you also an engineer now?
Yeah.
I am a photographer, so.
No, you're not.
Dude, I had a dark room when I was in high school.
Yeah, that was to blast chicks in. Okay. So just
I used to make my own film.
Yeah, I know. But,
On Dan's camera, the problem we can't lower it is because the floodlights from the ceiling reflect off the glass behind him. So if we lower the camera, it messes up the optics.
There's actually some rhyme to our reason here, Danny. But listen, maybe we'll lower yours a little bit to make you a little bit happy to think that your suggestion may.
Well, I was trying to lower it and tilt it up because of the Hall of Fame behind him. And it wouldn't work out.
There's a reflection?
Yeah, there's a reflection in the glass.
Yeah, and realistically, Dan, your camera is the camera that shows the back rack the most, which I really want on camera because it's super impressive. And we also have to try to get the Hall of Fame in your camera as well. So sorry. Your camera not only has to get you, but a couple other things as well, which requires the height. So, whatever. Thanks.
Okay.
No problem.
Just lean back.
So, Lummy, we do have, you and I spoke, I think it might have been on either Friday or Saturday about making some small little changes here.
Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
And so here's what Lummy and I have come up with to make some changes with regards to what your subscription on YouTube can potentially get you. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up chat. We're going to open chat back up.
To everybody?
Yes, so that you don't have to be a subscriber to chat. Now, that is on very much an interim basis in the fact that if I need our monitors. Now, I don't need you to automatically block somebody if they blurt out one stupid, anti-us message. I need your monitors. Hopefully the moderators are listening, Lummy, that when somebody says something stupid, Bubba looks fatter than ever, Lummy looks dumber than ever, Dan looks more narcissistic than ever, and Macho looks like he's losing some size on his traps. Some very hurtful things from all four of us. That you warn them and be like, listen, we try to keep it positive in here. This is your warning. After their warning, if they keep on hating and trolling, then we will lock it down again. So,
wait. You gonna lock it down on them or lock it down for everybody?
No, we'll lock it down on them.
Okay.
We'll lock it down on them. Now, let's make sure because you're the one that's going to have to instill this new program to our moderators. Now, so you lock the asshole down, okay? Now, if we get just nonstop people being assholes, then we will lock the chat back down. But we're going to give everybody an opportunity to chat. The moderators are going to give you a warning before they lock you down. And then if we're locking too many people down and it's just like we can't keep up with it, then we'll go back to you having to be a subscriber to chat. So we're opening up chat. Now, what does your subscription get you, you ask? Well, I'm glad you did. Because we're going to provide no less than 4 videos, maybe up to 6. 4 different videos that we shoot, like a Lummy at Home segment, a Bubba at Home segment, and the Goat Report are all positive. Like those are all locked in. You're going to get one of those a week. So the Goat Report, the Bubba at Home, and the Lummy at Home is going to be, and it can be like, I think mine was 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I was out mowing my front lawn on my Skag.
Yes.
And I videotaped myself the best I can. Now it's really kind of tricky to tape yourself driving a 0-turn lawnmower because you literally need both hands to control the lawnmower or you'll just go in circles. So
you ever see that chest mount?
Well, I probably do need the chest
mount.
Or
the head mount they used to have for the bike.
Yeah, I need to find some kind of mount, but I always feel like it's just I feel like I'm retarded when I wear one of those. But I need to find something.
Is there a cup holder or anything like that on the Skag?
Not really, not up close. There's a cup holder in the rear of me, but no. So. And not every one of my Bubba at Homes needs to be on the Skag. I mean, there's a lot of other things that I could be doing around here, or I could be driving, or I could be shopping. If you do go to our YouTube channel, you will see that I did get my Sunbelt Rental school supply video. I went to Walmart on Friday. And then dropped them off at the Sunbelt rental deal. Here we go. I'll just give you a little taste of it. We did not lock that down for subs only. It's available for everybody. This is me, Lummy, at the center of humanity.
Yes, Walmart.
The Walmart on 54. Let me see here. I don't know where the volume.
Do you do weed whacking too in the back?
I need to get Merch Crick was weed whacking.
Oh, you should definitely video that. That's worthy.
Yeah, but I did it. So you can see how I throw them in the cart here.
Why are you buying crayons?
It's for schools.
Okay, hold on. Are you not familiar with our promotion? The Sunbelt Back to School promotion?
Oh, that's what this is for? Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, did you see in my comment section, somebody said, thank you, Bubba, for doing this. I bet Dr. Dan didn't do it. And boy, Dan just validated. I wasn't even.
I didn't do it, dude. I did 1,000 other things. So f off whoever said that.
Well, you don't, but it's okay. It would have been. Dan. They like seeing you. That's why when I offer them people that sub to our channel, one Bubba at Home, one Lummy at Home, and the Goat Report, I was gonna ask you and Gene and maybe Brian if you could shoot like a couple minute video of you doing something at home.
like cooking something.
Okay.
Or
But not being shamed for not participating in this particular promotion?
No, not if you promise to give us a 2 or 3 minute. It could even literally be you driving home from work.
Okay.
One day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But no, you won't be shamed for not participating in this. This was something you probably didn't know about. I went right to the 97-cent bin. Why wouldn't you? And it looked like everybody else had already cleaned it out.
Some glue.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Some glue here.
All right, so this is... So let me somebody like how I bought. There was this guy's cart in front of me. Well, to me it looks like a personless cart.
Yeah, abandoned. Get rid of it.
Captain the ship.
So somebody mentioned I liked how Bubba just pushed this guy's cart out of the way. Well, what else are you supposed to do? I want to be in this area. This cart here is personless, so I smashed it.
And it's got like 2 things in it.
Yeah, so
it looks like a mistake.
So watch what I do. So this person here, she's coming to the side, so I kind of strategically move that stray cart away from her, right?
It's like you took a homeless person and scooted him to the curb.
Now watch what I'm doing. You just move this out of the way. But then I do say sorry. Why don't you listen?
Well, yeah, listen.
I do say sorry. Listen.
That's...
Sorry.
Should have asked him for a Slurpee.
A bunch of pencils.
Yeah. All right. So
we need to get some. Do we need any 3-ring binders?
There's some over there. We've skipped.
Okay.
Yeah, the cheaper ones.
Yeah. So I throw in some this.
Some stuff. All these rows are.
Not really listening to her.
School supplies. Here's notebook paper.
Oh, no,
I don't think you should.
Is that on the list?
We already got notebook paper.
Oh, filler? Okay.
I just ignore. Get some stuff. Get some more stuff. Get some more stuff. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I don't know if they had. I think they had. I looked at the list, Lummy, and they had backpacks. So I went down to the backpack deal. Figure might as well get all of them or most of them.
Oh, there you go.
This one right here, it lights up when you hit. I figured the boys need it. I had a couple girl ones. I needed boy ones. Can't get this one off. I'm getting real mad. All right. Another Hello Kitty. That's kind of cool. Here we go.
Look at that.
So here I am piling all my stuff up.
Hey, we're at Walmart.
Putting it. I put it in the Crown Vic. There you go. Get a hot rod. Then I drove it to Sunbelt. Asked the boys to help me carry it.
Bubba! Bubba's Army.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
And then
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Careful.
I'm Army.
all right, we'll just put them all up here, okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Doing a cash donation.
Tease met me and donated $100 cash. And so there you go. That video is available on our YouTube channel for free. And go check it out if you could. Lasker did one.
Yes, he did.
And that'll be posted up today. And then I did a little skag mowing, which will be when you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you're going to get at least 3, maybe 4 private videos a week, and one of which might be Dan at home, Lummy at home, Bubba at home, and the Goat Report. Then Lummy and I are thinking about, time permitting, doing a food review. I can't say that's going to be every week, but we're going to do it as much as we can. So that's like 3, 4, 5 odd pieces of video that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. And we are opening up chat. So we're taking that away from a privilege that you have being a subscriber. And we're giving you 4 or 5 behind the scenes. Nobody else can see it. Because, I mean, like, chat's cool, but I think personal videos from us off the air living our life would be something that would be more enjoyable. And not just one, but 3, at least 3, possibly 5.
And some of them might be live too, going live, whatever we're doing.
Lummy's Goat Report is one of the things that we're going to lock down and make members only. So I'm sorry if that pisses you off. Become a member. It's what? $4.99, $5.
It's $5 now. Yeah, $5.99.
$5.99. So it's $6. You're going to get 4 or 5 pieces of audio, a video a week, which is 20 to 25 pieces of video that other people can't see that you can for being a member.
And you might be able to see Dr. Dan, rolling around Tampa as
or
the pimp he
maybe
is.
with his shirt off cleaning the pool, or maybe whatever Dr. Dan gets into, he's promised to give us one. We only need one piece a week, Dan. It literally can be as little as 2 minutes and as much as however much you want.
So it won't be me shirtless trimming meat.
No, but it could be you shirtless, cleaning the pool. That's something you can't hurt yourself.
Right.
Right?
Get splashed acid in my eyes.
So those are the new rules. Lummy, did we already open up chat?
It's in the process.
Okay, let's get to, will it be open by today's show?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Fantastic.
Cracking the door.
Appreciate it. Again, for you moderators, warn a person, lock a person, and if we have too many of those in a day, we'll think about locking chat down again and making a sub only. Currently, you subs of the channel, of the YouTube channel, are going to get about 20 to 25 pieces of exclusive Bubba at home, Lummy at home, food review, the GOAT report, Dan at home. Lasker's he's such a ham. Supposedly Lasker's Walmart video is funnier than hell. He walks into the Walmart and there's a couple cops doing some off duty, and I guess he goes, is this place safe? Because you guys usually don't hang out when some place ain't safe. And they're like, yes, sir, it's safe. So then he finds this little African-American woman that I think he helps with her cart, and he offers to push her around all day on the cart, and she says she's much too large for that. And then I guess he raised hell once he got down to the Sunbelt rental place. So, yes, you got that to look forward to. And then some.
Chat's open.
Oh, chat's open. Thank you. Don't make me look stupid. This is an idea that I had, just based on seeing various people bitch and what have you. So please don't make me look stupid. And for you moderators out there, give somebody a break. Give them a warning. Bubba looks fatter and stupider and more beady-eyed than ever. I hate him.
You look thin right now.
Oh.
You look like you've lost some weight.
I've lost, honest to God, probably about 5 pounds.
Nice. You can see it.
I've lost about 5 pounds. So I had a great, oh my God, Lummy, we've got to get some of that Willie Nelson THC moonshine. Have you seen it?
No.
The Willie Nelson THC, it's a moonshine vodka. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can look it up. So we went over and had a pizza party at Tara's house on Saturday night, and all the cool people did a shot of it. Me, Erica, Tara, Uncle Bruce, and Tarek.
How cool.
And oh my God, we've got to do a show on it. We've got to do a show.
Did you feel it?
In about 15 minutes.
Really?
15 minutes.
One shot and you felt it?
One shot. One shot, and it was, and it was a good buzz too. It wasn't a too over the top deal. It was just really I think you can buy it at Tara said at the Wesley Chapel ABC Spirits.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta find that if I'm gonna go down and buy
Is there a name for it?
Yeah, it's called Willie Nelson's THC infused.
Oh, really? It's that. Cover some up a name.
I think I found it.
Let me see if you can find it for me.
Drink Willie's.
Oh my God! Now I actually saw Joe Rogan talking about it. That's how I think. That's how I knew of it. I don't know how Tara found out about it. So I walk in, Saturday over because we're having a little family pizza party deal. Yes, you can get 5 or 10 milligram. We had the 10.
You can buy it at a liquor store. You don't have to buy it at a head shop.
No, you can buy it at
dispensary.
You can buy it at ABC Wine and Spirits right there in Wesley Chapel.
Social tonic.
I think here we go. Store locator. So here you go, Dan. It'll show you where potentially. Okay, agree. Bam. Let's hit that.
Yeah, there you go.
So it sees where. Yeah. So it sees where I'm at.
Yeah.
And look. So Total Wine. Lummy and Lutz, Total Wine in Brandon, Total Wine and so
Tampa,
by
right there by
studio,
right by the interstate.
1720 Northdale Mabry, Dan. So I mean, you could buy one there.
Looks like they have 3 products there.
What 3 products do they got? They got the hold on here. It looks like they got the 10 milligram, the 5 milligram. You want this one right here. You want the Willie's Remedy.
So the blue label.
10 milligram, 750 milligram bottle.
Hit it again. Is it alcohol free or does it have alcohol in it too?
I don't know. Let me see if I can.
Alcohol.
Let me see. Like, what is it?
Said, scroll up for a second. It says no alcohol.
Well, here we go.
Did she say that?
This is what Tara had. Learn more. 10 milligram. All right. So THC social tonic. And
there's no alcohol.
Oh,
I just figured tonic could. Oh,
whatever. It's only 15 calories a serving. Right here. Man, I've done some stuff like this before in my lifetime, but never have I gotten. Oh my God, it's $71. Tara says it was like $45.
oh well.
So, wow.
It says
One time 90.
on the beginning. Don't drink more than 2.5 milligrams it could affect your heart rate, your blood pressure.
Oh, it didn't affect none of that.
I'm just saying what the warning signs are on the thing.
Maybe for a paper tiger. But Tara, I walked in. She goes, "You got to try it. You got to drink a whole shot." So I slammed a shot, and she's like, "Merch Creek, you got to do half a shot." So she did half a shot. Tara did a shot. Tarek did a shot.
What does it taste like?
Uncle B did a shot. I don't know. It kind of tastes.
Does it taste like alcohol?
No, it tastes like, I don't know what it tastes like, but it doesn't taste bad. Like, I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste real weedy or nothing. Yeah, so this stuff here, I'm telling you, whoo, if you want to have a party, I mean, that takes partying to a whole nother level. I got to buy some, and we do a show.
We should do the $199.
Well, I was thinking about more of a popular show, like maybe like a Friday show or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure because, I know you like to party on the $199.
Well, the next $199 is until September 11th.
Oh, that's true, yes.
I mean, we're going to have to pick out a different show. Maybe we do like a streaming show with all of us, and it's, we're not bound by FCC, Federal Communications Commission, rules where we can let some Fs and some, like we just do an internet show only where we can talk like men's, something like that.
Oh yeah,
like a Friday night show. Like it's not a $199. It's just a show.
No, would you want like a Gene, a Dr. Dan, a Babyface?
Well, I'd like maybe not a Babyface. I don't know.
Cuts too deep sometimes.
I don't know that he'd want to do it.
Yeah, true.
Like in order to do it, in order to be on the show, you got to do a shot. So like there's some people probably
may be afraid.
Yeah, I think Babyface would be afraid. So, like, Lummy, we'll open it to all people, but to know the prerequisite is, and Lummy, we only have really, we have 3, we got the old Seth position mic over here, Lummy, that we can use. And then we got the, Mike 4, but left of Dan, and then we got Dan. So, realistically, besides you and I, we got 3 guest mics. Ideally, we could have Dan, Gene, and Babyface, but Babyface might be afraid, and at that point we'd offer Jay the mic.
There you go.
He might be afraid too. Jay's sometimes a little afraid about that kind of stuff.
So then you offer Steve.
Steve.
Yeah. Is that okay, Dr. Dan?
Dark Match Steve?
No. Steve,
he's talking Steve Diaco.
Yes.
Steve would probably be a little afraid of it too.
He's not afraid of nothing.
Yeah, so that's
well, then his wife would come too, so it'd be a real party.
Well,
this week.
She actually might be funnier than him.
She had surgery.
I know, but she might be. Dan, in all honesty, Krista might be a little funnier than Steve.
This week she is.
Yeah.
She's all looped up on Percocets.
Well, that's okay. Have her take a few of that and hit this, man. Next thing you know, she's alive for the party.
Oh, yeah. She's swinging with one foot.
But here's the deal, Lummy. Here's the order. All right, so Dan, as far as the 3 microphones, here's the pecking order on how they're offered. Dan, Brian, Gene, Jay. So out of those...
I thought it was Dan, Gene, Brian, Jay.
I said Dan first.
I know, but I'm not talking about me. I thought you wanted Gene over Brian. Just because you're worried about Brian not even into it.
All right, so Dan, Gene, Brian, Jay, as far as, offering your participation. Now, if you go, yeah, I'm locked in. If Dan goes, yeah, well, I just asked Dan now. Are you locked in?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Dan. So Dan's locked in. So now, Lummy, we just I have to ask Gene and Brian.
Clean up Mike 4 area.
If both of them say yes, then we have our lineup. If one say no, we then revert to Jay. If one says no, still says no, we revert to Steve. If one says no after Steve, who do we go to? Dark match Steve? Colton? Who we go?
Yeah, we actually know Colton. Yeah, he likes the THE stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so is Dark Match.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
We'll figure it in, Lummy.
Perfect.
We'll figure it in the pecking order of how we ask people to do the Willie and Nelson. It would be the Willie Nelson infused show, something like that.
You ever meet him?
I never met Willie Nelson. I always tell you if I've met some. I have no reason to lie. I mean, I could have very well said, yeah, I met him back in Chicago, '89. Nobody would ever be able to know the difference. No, I've never met Willie. I've met John Bon Jovi.
Oh,
I've met.
Is he good looking in a real person?
Yes.
In real person?
Yeah,
he's a handsome guy.
And I met
him.
Is he little? And I met him at his. I'm like, Dan, I absolutely met him at his heyday. I met him in 1989.
Oh God!
Like when he was selling out arenas.
Yeah, he was.
And he was the
meteoric.
He was the coolest. Then I met him again in New York at the Billboard Awards, and I met him and the entire band there in San Antonio in '89. I just met him. But I'm going to tell you something. On both instances that I met him, the most approachable, cool. This guy was a bona fide rock star in '89. Well, I mean, he's a bona fide rock star now. But I mean, in '89, he was selling out, 20 and 30,000 seat venues 5 nights a week.
Yeah, top of the world.
The nicest dude ever. The most married to the same woman, ever since he was I think right out of high school. He now has a couple grandkids. He's just a really good dude. I'll tell you another good person I met back in 1986 when I was in Terre Haute. Tina Turner.
Really?
She was the absolute nicest person I've ever. She's the nicest rock star that I've ever met, ever.
You can thank Ike for that. He kept her in place.
He did keep her in place.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
First thumbs up. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. What's up, our guy in Cali?
Pete sent me a bunch of pictures to send to you, and
Got it. Thank you. All right.
I'm putting the captions below them.
We'll put the put them in.
This is for the
last one.
Then this is the Cartel 1 show, which is going to be good because it looks like we're not going to have any type of resolve to this Iranian situation. So the August 11th show will be dead balls on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It would time out perfect.
Hey, Dan?
Yes?
G needs to get on your daily gimmick.
I thought we put him on that.
I don't think you did, but if he didn't, okay.
He just needs a call. We'll call him for him.
Oh my God, did you see this jet ski thing?
No.
Oh my God, I'm going to open up with it. It's unfucking believable. And the guy fucking walk away from it. The guy fucking walked away from it, bro. Wait till you see this. You know, you're really having to own a jet ski to know, you know, how volatile they can be.
Yeah, they can get away from you.
And especially the older ones that you stand up on.
Oh, yeah, those were really sketchy. And they didn't have reverse. They didn't have brakes.
No, they didn't have any of that
No
shit.
Steering at all when you don't have power.
Right. Those were the primitive ones.
I mean, well, Wave Runners have reverse.
They make wave runners so damn big. They're like little boats now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like boats. Yeah, they 3-person one. Mine's pretty big.
Yeah, I always had
70.
I always had a 3-person one.
Subgroup Ellipse, Snook Slayer, Semi Glass, Black Eye, Kenny Powers, Yinzer, Barcata, Nation Rugged, Attack of the Dog, K1, KW.
Oh, after next break, I got to take you outside on a medical situation.
Okay, that's fine.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's not. I just need your advice.
The answer's always penicillin.
No, I don't think in this one it's not.
Pippi, Andy Jacks.
I guarantee you this answer is not penicillin.
Good. Ralph Goldberg, driver.
So, Lummy, you're doing a goat report today, right?
Yes, sir.
Summer Radio. Trash Guy, Bob Cook, Organic Gene, Berto, Lamar for Life, Greg, OG Balls, Chin, Barbecue.
Man, I watched the Caitlin Clark game last night. She shit the bed. Sometimes, Lummy, she just tries too hard for that three that's like, you know, Steph Curry fucking length.
Just throw it up there.
Yeah.
I'm tired of getting punched in the face as she goes to the net. Chaos Possum.
There's a version of you that was sharper, stronger, and more present. You remember him. Low testosterone doesn't announce itself. It just quietly takes things from you. Your energy, your focus, your drive. Until one day you notice they're gone. Game Day Men's Health and Destin gets it. Real medical professionals who take men's health seriously. Treat the whole picture. Low ET, ED, weight, hormones, sleep, and get results. They'll have you running hard, clean, and without apology. With the throttle back in your hands where it belongs. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Destin. Legends don't tap out. They get back on the bike.
All right, y'all, let's get back to the show now. It's a Bubba the Love Sponge show, man. Bubba the Love Sponge! And this show is listener supported at the Bubba Army at Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App.
Today, Lummy will be doing it'll be live goat report. He missed it this weekend because of the rain. And so the live goat report that you love so very much, the only caveat to it is that it will be members only. Those that join our YouTube channel for $6 a month, $5.99, that will be for yours eyes only. I also shot a Bubba on a skag for about 2.5 minutes. God, this place takes about 2.5 hours to really whip into shape. Did that on Saturday in between the rain. Merch Crick. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to give me hell for this. Merch Crick on the Weed Eater and me on the Skag. Just because I won't let anybody drive my Skag. Like, nobody can drive my Skag. It's my baby.
I can't drive it?
No, you can't. You could if you came out here and I gave you like an area to mow, you know. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's
You wouldn't let me borrow it.
Well, if you needed, actually, if your lawn service, you know, for some reason couldn't make it, I would trailer my Skag out to your place and I would mow it.
I could mow your place in
2
about
acres.
in about maybe 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Just one
more
guy?
of a- yeah,
Why
you're
I need 10 guys? A bunch of Mexicans with air blowers.
You got a weed whack.
Well,
you got a lot of bushes.
Yeah, so yeah, I
and
mean, here's the
trees.
thing. Yeah, you got hedges.
So you had Merch Creek.
Me and the Merch Creek can have your place done in an hour.
Get out.
Yep.
No way.
I'm taking 6-foot swipes at your lawn while they're taking 4-foot swipes. I'm probably every strip that I do at your place is probably 2 feet, at least a foot more so than theirs. And
so
I
with
put
you, Merch Creek, and I and
With you, if I
Dumb has a nice blower. So
Oh.
with you, Merch Creek, and Dumb, I can have the whole yard done in an hour.
45 minutes.
Come on.
If Merch Crick got on the weed whacker and you got on a weed whacker or a blower and we had Dumb on a blower with me on the Skag, absolutely, because a lot of yours is just long, straight. There's not like there is some maneuvering around some trees and things like that in the
They're
back.
on the sides, man. There's only a couple.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's mostly large swaths of straight lines.
Baseball field like.
I would have it. Not only would I have it, but I'd also put those. I'd get a hold of Les of Wesley Chapel and get a striping roller kit for it, and so that it would stripe your lawn. So like when you looked at it, one way would be going. One would look.
Oh, I know
like,
what you're talking about. I love that look.
like it would be one. Every other lane would be a darker color than the lighter colors in between. So yeah, it would be striped too. So anyway, yeah, we should do that one time. Or, do you have a blower, or do you have a? Or you,
Like I said, Dumb has one.
You do it on edge.
And I
you might want to get an edger because you have a lot of property to
listen,
edge.
a good weed whack guy
Can edge. Can't you just flip it over in the angle and edge with it?
Yeah, a lot of good weed whack guys could edge, but I would like
Yeah,
to.
we'll put Dumber in charge of that one.
Yeah, we'll put Dumber in charge of the edger. We can actually get a hold of Average Joe and borrow a couple pieces of equipment. If I said, hey, Joe, I need an edger and a weed whacker, then boom. So put Merch Crick on a weed whacker, put Dan on an edger, and put Dumber. Actually, Dan, let's put Dumber on the edger.
Me on the blower
And
where I can't get hurt.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not getting a call from Steve when you take off your big toe on the edger. If there's a toe to be taken off, it's going to be taken off on Dumber or Dumb.
Yeah, here's the deal, 10.
So here's the deal. I'm on the
Slow.
Skag. You're on the blower. You can't get hurt with a blower. You can't unless you would blow,
no.
unless
I'll
you
wear
would,
goggles.
unless you'd blow it into your face. But
Right.
we'll put you air goggles. And then Merch Crick on the weed whacker, me on the Skag. I guarantee you we could get it done in less than an hour.
Do they trim your hedges?
Not every time.
Hold on, though. Let me.
sorry.
Merch Crick has an automatic gas-powered Echo hedge trimmer.
Well, I would do that because I like the certain way.
Oh, that could hurt you too.
I know it could
No,
hurt me, but
it can't.
but I'm an artist.
Well, I will have you wear gloves, and it won't hurt you. The blades are so far away from the handle,
Right.
you literally have to put your finger in it.
Right. I wouldn't. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So yeah, we ought to do that one.
That'd be
day.
fun.
We ought, as a video.
Yeah, that would be a great video actually, and time lapse it and the whole 9 yards.
So let me goat report today for members only.
Yes.
Bubba does 2 or 3 minutes of Skag work this Saturday, members only this week. Dan's going to shoot a members only video this week, whether it's just driving home
In my members only jacket.
in your members only jacket, or like Dan, like if you would go out on your bike one day, you could videotape you're getting a bike down. You wouldn't videotape once you're on it, but it takes a couple minutes for you to get on it, get it down, check the tires. Make sure that you're.
It would have been funny though, because there's this guy that he passed me, then I caught him, and then he passed me again, then I caught him, and I was just trying to keep up with him. And
Was he faster than you?
I mean, he rides more than I do. You could tell.
Sure, but I'm just saying,
he
were
was-
you?
Yeah, I was suffering to keep up with him.
Were you kind of using that as a par, saying if I can keep up with this guy who bikes, 3-4 times a day, when I'm a 1 or 2 time a monther, I still got it.
Yeah, so I mean, I kept up with him going up down to downtown, and then on the way back, I was like,
How far from your place to downtown?
6 miles.
6 to 12 round trip.
Yeah, maybe 13.
But now, is there a bona fide bike path past Gandy and Bayshore?
Past it, south of it, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
That's what I'm
you're with the
saying.
traffic.
You gotta. It's treacherous. It's treacherous to get from your place to where the bike path starts at Gandy and Del Mabry.
Especially, yes.
Gandy and Bayshore.
Especially in the afternoons when the guys are coming off the base.
Right.
It's like it's that there's literally like stop and go traffic heading north.
That and there's a couple blind turns. Like there's a couple pretty aggressive turns that a guy could be on the bike in your. I know they have a little bike lane striped out for you.
Not even on that part. Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, and to get off the road, you completely bend your wheel because there's potholes and washout areas and things like that. So do you ride your bike down to that area or do you drive?
I go straight down and I'll just go through traffic, through cars. Sometimes I'll hit a sidewalk, but they just redid the road too, so it's a little better.
I heard the Howard Franklin, the new Howard Franklin, the old or the old one, or either the new one. They got like a really, really, really bona fide set aside bike.
No, that's a new one.
The bike and walking, running deal. And
they took down that one from the old Gandy, and people used that.
But here's
they just said it's dangerous. I mean, they're 300-pound vehicles going across that. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got me on a bike, might be 500 because those e-bikes are a couple $100. So put me at 3 and a bike at 2. Yeah, I mean, maybe the heaviest thing you got going across there is 500 pounds. Like, why couldn't they keep the old one up and just make it completely a pedestrian deal?
They should have, and it was a mistake.
I also think that there's a lot of upkeep with the concrete pillars that erode with the, so I think, Dan, it's just easier for them to build a brand new one onto their new structure and knock the old one down. I think it probably is more cost prohibitive at that point. But what I'm saying is I ought to get my e-bike and then Dan on his badass Tour de France bike. And the last time we did this, it was a 22-mile trek across, the Courtney Campbell.
Which is beautiful. It was a beautiful day.
And
it's a beautiful ride.
He could, that son of a bitch. I had it on e-assist where at one time, there were times I were getting up to 26 and 27 miles an hour. And he could keep up the entire time. Human power versus electric power. I mean, he's a machine. You are a machine for 60 years old. You're a machine, brother.
So not 60.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
you
it's
are.
50. It's 50.
Oh, is 60 the new 50?
50.
So anyway, Lummy, what did you send me?
Oh, I just sent you the new little bike trail thing that they have on the Howard Franklin.
Taking you live right now to the Howard Franklin Bridge, where for the first time ever, you can take those express lanes for your evening commute.
Now, Lummy, is this the area?
Yes.
That's all? An e-bike and a guy walking, you might not be able to get through there if you're not paying attention.
It widens out.
Into Tampa. The northbound lanes opened this morning. FDOT leaders tell us the southbound lanes, those into Pinellas County, will open in the coming days. And today, the new 7-mile multi-use trail on the Howard Franklin Bridge also officially opened. It gives walkers, runners, and bicyclists a brand new way to cross the bay.
That part they were showing looks a little skinny.
Bay News reporter Eric Glasser takes you along.
I think she was showing the wrong side. Because it is big.
Well, for the first time ever here along the Howard Franklin Bridge, people can now cross Old Tampa Bay on foot or on bike with sweeping waterfront views the entire way.
That was a good run.
Joey Merrill was among the very first running the full length of the Howard Franklin Bridge multi-use lane.
See, Dan, you get a couple sets of walkers, and then you get your e-bikes.
Some douchebag with a dog and a chain and a leash.
Yeah.
You're done.
That's
its very first day.
Meanwhile, they could just left the old bridge up there, and we got more room than we could do it.
Had some construction workers hyping me up over there, too. So, yeah, it was a fun time.
The new trail stretches over 7 miles from St. Petersburg to Tampa.
Now you think, if they were going to put this new stretch on TV, they could at least have DOT come out here and pressure wash this before. Instead it just looks like, right?
And the left side looks like crap. It all looks like crap.
Yeah, look at this. A
12-foot wide paved path running alongside the new bridge span, separated from traffic by concrete safety barriers.
I heard they raised this bridge 10 foot. It's 10 foot higher than the other one for hurricane purposes.
Yeah.
Barriers on the highway side and railings along the water.
Just a little too close to the traffic. I feel like if the cars wrecked, they would come right over and hit you.
I would not be afraid being out here right next to on the Howard Franklin.
Even with the traffic whizzing by?
No, because it looks pretty good.
The trail, open from sunrise to sunset, connects directly into existing trail systems on both sides of the bay.
We definitely need it on this side because I kind of wanted something like you cross closer to St. Pete. Not on the
Do they get a bunch of retards in here to like for sound bites?
Clearwater side.
Along the route, users will find 4 shaded rest stops with benches and nautical-themed design features.
I still think that the Clearwater Courtney Campbell is a far superior ride. Dan, remember
it was wide. It was really massive. It was never sketch.
And they had a lot more rest areas and a lot more like beach areas where you could actually pull your bike over and then walk into like the little shallow sand area. Like this is just all.
But no water fountains and no restrooms.
Should have had a Scientologist
today's Pathway
design this.
pioneers advise
Bring water and use the restroom before you hit the
They
trail.
got some old construction. I don't know what the hell's behind them.
along with pedestrians.
And let me look at this right here. Look at all the trash behind him.
Yeah.
All the trash behind him. Like, it already looks like a dump, doesn't it?
Yes.
Trail.
Along with pedestrians and traditional bicycles,
More trash. More trash.
Look.
Dirty.
people-powered e-bikes are okay. No scooters, though, and no fishing. At 12 feet,
No
it's designed to
fishing.
be wide enough to safely accommodate two-way traffic.
It's worth it. Come out here and check it out.
At 7 miles in length, the trail isn't for everyone, but those who enjoy biking and long trails.
Me and Dan need to go over there with the Dan follows Bubba gimmick and do that one weekend, Dan. We need to do that.
We need to conquer that bridge.
We could literally meet at the old studios because I still am leasing that place. So we could meet there unless they got, I don't know that they have a parking area for you to park and then, how do people get there? Do they have like a parking lot where you can pull your...
There's that park. You could park at, what's that? The park down the street from the old studios.
Oh, yeah.
But, that's off the...
Now, is that attached to this somehow?
By trail?
By road and trail.
I'll have to see that.
We gotta lay out a path.
Yeah. So I guess
Just parachute onto the bridge.
The start of women's professional baseball was this weekend. Now I will tell you this: I watched the WNBA. I watched Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever get beat by the Minnesota. Is it Majestic? Whatever the hell they are.
It sounds about
Minnesota Munchers.
The Minnesota Munchers taking on the Indiana Fuzz Bumpers. I was not really that impressed with Caitlin Clark. I was disappointed. And I just can't. The basketball really isn't that good. They miss.
No, it sucks, dude. The basketball sucks. They all suck.
They want to act like they're all that, but they miss layups and they travel, and it's just
My theory is all this fouling is happening because these girls have no body control. They can't control their bodies. They run into each other like fish that aren't coordinated.
So anyway, so now women are now embarking upon professional baseball. This was the opening weekend of professional baseball, and if their first national anthem, but for the very first professional women's baseball game is any example or any indication as to how the league's going to be, then I think this thing speaks volumes. This is the first national anthem for the first now professional women's baseball team.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early...
It literally sounds like a couple Cats in Heat. I've heard Cats in Heat that sound better than this.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
Now, Walker and two of his buddies could cobble together something better than this.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
You can actually hear her suck in snot.
I've never seen a black woman not be able to sing.
I know.
And it's like they hadn't practiced it. They're all out of key and they're all timed off.
And so listen to
it's
her.
The worst It's literally the worst I've ever heard.
Next to Roseanne Barr's.
No,
probably.
hers is better.
So listen to her. The suck in the snot.
Or the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
Did you hear it?
I mean, a high school parody wouldn't be worse.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
Listen.
The night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
It's the org. I don't know where this is coming from.
Did they add that to try to drown him out?
No, it's coming from somewhere.
Your computer.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Okay, Almighty, got it. Something on my computer hit. Let's not screw them out any time here. Here we go.
Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free.
Oh my God.
And the home of the brave.
Oh my.
If that's any indication as to how the league's going to be with their very first national anthem, I don't even know the teams involved. To be honest with you, I don't even know the teams.
How fast do you think they pitch, Lummy?
Oh, probably 60.
Yeah, 60, 70.
Are they using normal sized
baseballs or softballs?
Normal sized diamonds, like is the playing area?
Oh, ain't no way that's 90 feet.
You know, it's 90 feet, and now what is it? 60, Lummy, in Little League?
Yes.
60?
Yes.
I mean, they playing on a 60-foot diamond. Or they playing on a 90-foot.
It looks like there's they only play 7 innings. They use aluminum bats. They get 9. Yeah, everything else looks like it's the same exact.
90 feet.
Yeah, 90 feet.
Big bags.
Yeah.
When I return,
pathetic.
This is unbelievable. This jet skiing accident. Was actually telling my Uncle B about it this Saturday, and oh my God, it is. The guy didn't get hurt. The guy didn't get hurt other than knocked out, but he could have absolutely killed himself, decapitated himself. I saw this on Friday. I saved it, knowing I was going to talk about it because I've owned jet skis, 20, 25 years that I lived out in Tierra Verde. I always had a jet ski, a couple of them, and always would upgrade every 3 or 4 years. At first it was a 2-seater. Then we went to, we had Kawasaki's. Then we went to Sea-Doos. And then, they went to a 3-seater. And God, towards the latter part of my jet ski ownership, I mean, they were coming out of the box stock running 70.
Yeah, mine does 70 stock.
Yeah, like just right out of the box, no modifications. Mm-hmm. 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour on water, man, on a craft that's not, very big is sketch. It can get sketch. Now, the best thing for a jet skier, and Dan will tell you, is when you got that real smooth glass, there's not a ripple in the water, and that, man, they will rip. I mean, it's really, really cool to drive one. But you start incorporating waves and what have you, and jet skis can be very, very dangerous. And so this guy decides to try. He's got an old school jet ski, like the kind that you stand up on, which those are sketch anyway.
Right.
And
so easy to fall on those.
And I guess there's this trick that these jet skiers do. I never did it. And it's where they position themselves on the front cowling and then turn backwards so that they're facing the back of the jet ski, holding on to the handlebars, and they're driving forwards but while facing backwards. I guess it's a little trick that I guess jet skiers do. This guy does it, passes out for some reason, and is going wide open, probably 50 to 60 miles an hour, right into a dock that's got a pontoon with its motor hanging down on the dock, and the guy's headed right for it, full speed. We'll do that next.
It's the Bubba Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Oh, that was wow. Coco. Murtec.
Yeah, the women's baseball league. We'll get Dan out there. There's only 4 teams.
There's 4 teams.
Yeah. San Francisco, Boston, New York.
Make them as far away as possible, so they got to fly like 16 hours.
Yeah.
Well, the Indiana Fever, they fucked the Fever. The Indiana Fever had 39 hours between games.
39 hours?
Yeah, between, I think they played in Seattle and then one game, and then they had to play in Minnesota the next. Oh, Dan, I got to tell you about this medical situation. And I got to piss.
What's up, Chaos? I texted you over the weekend.
I got to piss, too. So,
what'd you send me?
But you're giving her like bulk type fibrous type laxatives, right? Like psyllium husk. Yeah. That's the right stuff to do.
What are you watching?
I'll let you know. We'll know today.
Okay. I got a massage on Friday or Thursday.
Experience.
And the lady was too old to be a greeter at Walmart. And the massage was like this.
Did she have strong hands?
For 45 minutes. It was like this. I'm like, that's a fucking massage.
So
my
she
hamstrings
did
still
not have
screaming.
strong hands then.
No, she had the hands of a 80-year-old fucking Walmart greeter.
Did you give her a tip?
$10. Buy diapers.
So are you saying that you still need a nice massage?
Hamstring, yeah, it's fucking.
Maybe she was intimidated by that.
I said back and hamstrings. That's all I did. Don't even do the front, just back and hamstrings.
Well, you probably intimidated her.
Why?
I mean, you're Dr. Dan.
Oh shit, no.
I'm talking about, you went in there with what, your underwear on, a little towel?
Just underwear and a towel, yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't have seen anything like that since World War II.
Back in Hawaii. Grouper lips, it's funny.
He didn't get knocked out.
Wait a second. That thing going on in Spain, you're saying that there weren't a rush of people running into Spain this last week?
You mean that it happens every day now? Christopher Lehman, $20. Italy's now blocking off their border because they're scared.
Italy's blocking the border?
Their border. There's
a bunch of bad guys coming in?
Yeah. I didn't think Morocco was. I guess Morocco is bad.
It's Bubba, the Love Sponge. Listener supported at the Bubba Army on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. The Bubba the Love Sponge show continues now.
Don't forget today's Lummy's Goat Report will be members only. My mowing the lawn on Saturday is going to be members only. That'll be up probably tomorrow. Gary will probably try to strategically release something every day if we got it. Lummy's going to do something at home with Lummy this week. Dr. Dan's going to do something. You know Lasker's not going to be outdone. He'll have to do something.
Exactly.
Lasker's goes and shops for school supplies and drops them off to Sunbelt Rental from Friday will be up this week as well. Me doing that at Walmart and dropping them off to Sunbelt is currently up. All of that on our YouTube channel. Chat is now officially open on YouTube with regards to you don't have to be a subscriber to chat. And that's going to be effective until you guys ruin it. So if you can remain cool and not be a troll and hate and be disruptive, then chat is wide open. Our moderators know to give you a little bit of a warning and then lock you down. If we have to lock too many down in one day, then that means it's becoming a problem, and we'll make it, again, subscription only. This is jet, and Dan, you can appreciate jet skis because you probably have many hours, if not more, than I do on a jet ski. I don't know. I usually took mine out 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know that you take yours out that often. But
I've been riding jet skis since I was 15.
Sure. So you probably have that many more years ahead of me.
Real jet skis, not the wave runners. It's the kind of you stand up.
So
Christopher Lehman, $20.
You're going to be able to appreciate now what armchair quarterbacking. It's easy for all of us to now say what we potentially would have did. But I would have tried to if my jet ski was faster than the guy that gets in the wreck is not the person taping. The guy taping is the guy riding beside him. Now, I don't know if his jet ski was maxed out and he couldn't go any faster, but if he could have, I would have gone and tried to spin out that jet ski.
Like do a pit maneuver on him?
Yes, I would have tried to do like a pit maneuver from the front end to try to get the guy to fall off because he has his little, you have your little lob, your little thing, your little rope.
Engine kill.
Yeah, your engine kill rope on, and if you can get him off that jet ski, it'll stop the jet ski. Wait, Dan, you've never seen anything like this.
Well, what has to be one of the luckiest guys ever. He was riding a jet ski when he blacked out and seemed to be heading straight for disaster. You won't believe what happened next.
A jet skier.
So when he passed out, is his hand like completely on the throttle still? Is that the problem? There's full throttle?
So watch. I think he kind of they kind of walk you through it here.
Bubba, can you play the video on the one I sent you just so you can maximize it? It makes it easier for video.
Is it as long? Because one's longer than the
131?
other. Let me see. I don't know.
It's just the whole jet ski.
All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, I think this. All right, here we go. Well, let me get rid of this one. All right, so Dan, as you can see, he's on one of these stand-up jet skis, and he kind of tries to maneuver himself so that he's doing this certain kind of trick here. So you watch.
He's jet ski guy.
Yeah, he's jet ski guy, which I would never do this. I wouldn't do it, Lummy, because my weight would cause the nose to jam into the water and it would flip me, it would pole vault me off of it the minute I tried.
Yeah, but that guy's not that small of a guy either.
No, he's a big guy. He's a big, fat, bald guy.
So now, as you can see, he's still conscious here. Now, he just, at this point, passes out.
Why does he just spontaneously pass out?
Well, he says that nobody can determine why, other than the only thing I've heard is that he was dehydrated. But I don't know. You're the doctor. I don't know that
he was smiling.
I don't know that dehydration just instantaneously knocks you out.
No, it's slow. I mean, he just went from normal to out.
I don't know if he maybe jammed his head too much or caused a concussion or what. But watch.
He's leaning on the throttle with his left hand.
Yes. Now, Now watch this, guys.
No, that's when you pit maneuver, dude. Absolutely, get in there and pit maneuver him.
So if I had a chance to go faster,
right,
I would go up here and I would take his front end out because you want to knock him off.
Right.
And so I would just kind of like that, the best I could. Well, if I could just get him off the jet ski, then it would turn off. Watch. I mean, this is amazing.
Dylan!
Now, what's going to kill him is if he hits the prop. If he hits the prop, he's dead. It's going to absolutely kill him. Now,
wow. And look, and you think about this. He started 400 yards from here, and he's passed out, and now he's that close to.
And he's wide open. Wide open, Dan. And so, thank God he hits right here at what is kind of a rubber-mounted area. So when you're pulling your pontoon in, if you hit the, it bounces you off. That's the only thing that saves him. Watch this.
He went right between the two posts?
He went
touchdown?
Right, yep.
Field goal?
He went between the two posts.
Oh, my God, he's so lucky.
And then landed into between the aluminum pontoon buoy and the thing. So let me show you this hit one more time, and then obviously we have the viewer's perspective of the guy on the following jet ski. He then jumps off and swims up to him to save him. Check this out. Ready? Right there, hits, goes between.
Wow!
Like you're a field goal kicker.
You could have got a little closer.
Yeah, I would have driven right up. I would have driven up to like right here, pinched my jet ski in between and then jumped off and got over there.
Yeah, he overestimated his swimming abilities. He's about to drown.
No, thank God they got life jackets on. So watch this. And by the way, the red part that you see on the back of his jacket is not blood. It's an orange panel within his flotation device. You can see it's like a insignia. So Dan, he got so lucky that he went between the two rails and then landed right in here.
So he didn't hit that metal bracket.
No.
He didn't hit the post.
No.
He didn't hit nothing. And his jet ski hit the rubber.
You probably couldn't replicate that another time out of 100 times ever.
It's the luckiest guy of the weekend.
I got you. 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 I got you.
And he hit right here, Dan. He hit right here in like this rubberized area.
Perfect.
Are you okay? I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Probably cracked his jet ski though. That's why it's sinking.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Now at this point, I don't know why you would take him out to your jet ski. I would swim back around here and try to get on shore.
But we already know this guy can't swim that well. He's not too good at swimming.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, where's he taking on? This?
I got you. I got you. I got you.
I guess he loads him up on his jet ski here.
I got you. No, somebody drag me. Good doing? No. No. When an ambulance? He went through the dock.
Yeah, I mean, is
That's
that
sketchy.
not unbelievable?
So lucky.
The other story that you maybe get rid of had the after story of him and the other guy on the news channel talking about it. The story that I had.
Oh, they're not. They're talking to the news people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you made me get rid of it.
Well, because when you maximize it, then it looks bad on.
I know.
Shorts.
So if you can find it for me.
Yeah.
So the big sweepstakes. Who gets the starting pitcher? The returning or the reigning two-time Cy Young. What was his name? Tubal. What was his Scatteraboo. Scatteraboo, the ace, supposedly the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball with the Detroit Tigers.
But was having a bad year?
Well, no, he's having a decent year for Tigers, but the Tigers suck. So, like one game he pitched, they were up 7-0. They pulled him out in the 6th, for wear and tear. That's what they do now. And the Tigers blew the 7-point. They were up 7-0. Scatteraboo did his into the job with 0 runs as he leads the game in the top of the 7th or the bottom of whatever the hell, the 6th. And then the Tigers go and blow a 7-run lead. So they're like, well, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent next year. It's basically you rent a player, but guess who wins all of those sweepstakes nowadays? The Los Angeles Dodgers.
How to say his name it's Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, he's the best pitcher there is. Everybody wanted him. We even wanted him.
How much did they pay him?
What
did they give up for him?
The Dodgers gave up 3 really good prospects. Right? I mean, like 3 really good prospects.
Yeah, but they have their farm system, and no matter what people say.
The Tariq Skubal trade is finally.
The Rays ended up getting a guy from the Mets
Yep.
who will supposedly help our starting rotation as we certainly need it.
2-time All-Star.
Because we just give up home runs at an alarming rate.
Unfortunately, the problem with him is he gives up home runs too.
At an alarming rate.
Yeah. We gave up more home runs this weekend than I have, I think, in any weekend.
9.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Happened as
alone.
late Saturday night, the Detroit Tigers sent him to the West Coast to the Los Angeles Dodgers for 3 prospects. Skubal will now headline a Dodgers rotation that includes Yoshino.
By the way, that includes 2 former Rays, Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell. Glasnow's just now getting back. He's actually going to enter a rehab assignment into the minors. But, 2 of their 5 big-time aces are Rays, right?
Yeah, Friedman knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Friedman got his start in Major League Baseball. He was a hedge fund manager out of Boston or New York, came down here, started doing analytical based baseball, turned a team that normally has the lowest payroll in all of Major League Baseball into, at that time, we made it to the World Series. I think, we made it in 2008 on his dime. Was he already shipped out?
No, he didn't leave until 14.
So I know. So our next appearance wasn't until like 18, though, wasn't it?
Correct. Yeah, he was gone.
So he got one. He sent this organization with the lowest payroll to the 2008 World Series against the Phillies. We got beaten 6, I think, 5 or 6, and then the Dodgers scooped him away. And it's been and with the Dodgers scooped him away, this Andrew Friedman guy with the largest, meaning like he had to be crafty when he was in Tampa because of his checkbook was so light. He was on SNAP benefits, and when he went to Dodgers, the Dodgers are like, "Listen, Andrew Friedman, open checkbook, buddy. We don't care if we got to pay $50 million over the luxury tax. We don't care." We don't care. Open checkbook. And he's assembled, what's he won now? 2 World Series?
3.
He's won 3.
2 back-to-back.
He's won 3 World Series since leaving the Tampa Bay Rays.
Momoto and
they get every good team. I mean, they get every good player.
He's arguably the smartest guy in baseball.
Well, when you give him an unlimited checkbook, absolutely. But even Dan, when he was on food stamps here,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Success with nothing,
right.
and give him some bullets. He can start
Blake
a war.
Snell, Tyler Glasnow in the near future, and heightens the Dodgers' already high chance.
One of your nurses still dates Glasnow, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. And she left.
The lip check.
Yeah, she left.
Those buttholes on the wall.
She left your practice to go be with him in Los Angeles, I think.
Enjoy herself.
Are they still together?
I don't know. I hope she's choking on the smog.
Making a World Series run, Skubal has said that he would like to stay with the Dodgers as a free agent, so we might see some contract extension talks kick up.
What kind of money is this guy going to get? $60 million?
Yeah, 50, 60. Especially if the Dodgers, it's
in the near
sick.
future, and what that means for a potential MLB.
I mean, the league really needs to step in because the only deterrent a team has to go over the salary cap is they have to pay what they call a luxury tax, and it's a percentage. I think it's 20% over what you go. So let's say that the salary cap for Major League Baseball is $200 million. I think I might be a little heavy there. And then let's say you spend $250 million. Well, you have to pay a percentage of that back to the league over, so you'd be on the hook for $50 million. And is it 25 or 20 or like it's not dollar for dollar what you are over the cap. It's a percentage of it.
Yeah, it was 244.
So 244 is the cap.
20% is on the first time offenders. And then if you keep doing it,
it goes up.
It goes up to 50%.
Yeah. So Dan, in the worst case scenario, let's say you're $50 million over. That means you get fined $25 million, and then they take that $25 million and slice it up to the teams that are salary cap compliant, and those teams all get a check.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they're at the max, which is 110%. And they've done it so many times that their $417 million payroll, they're paying about $170 million in fines.
Oh, my God.
Every year. Mets got
so they pay more in
Yankees.
fines than we pay for an entire payroll.
Oh, I think our payroll is less than $100 million.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. But meanwhile, there's usually half the teams are compliant or more so. What does the team, can you look up what a team that is salary cap compliant, what will their salary cap check be when, Boston and the Cubs and Dodgers and these teams that historically go over the cap, what's the average team that stays within the cap guidelines? What's their check at the end of the year?
Will do.
Out is a conversation for another.
I mean, you could be getting $125 million check, being right, and completely pay for your entire salary cap.
Video for fantasy purposes. This doesn't really change your opinion of Scooble. He has a little bit of a slightly higher win share with the Dodgers, but you're rolling him out there just as you would always.
All right, I'm done. Scooble goes to the cheaters, and then we got a guy from the Mets that's going to help our starting.
You said the cheaters?
Yeah.
The Dodgers?
Yeah, the cheaters.
I thought it was the Texas team that was the cheaters.
No, that was
Houston?
actually the Astros.
Houston, right.
They're bona fide cheaters. I'm just saying a team that goes over the salary cap every year and money is no object, I call cheating.
So like the Yankees are cheaters,
Yeah.
Boston's are cheaters.
Yeah,
There's 9 teams that were over, and they paid a total of $402 million in luxury taxes.
That's
each
$15 million a team.
All right,
almost.
so hold on. Let's do the math. There's 31 or 30 teams.
30 teams.
There's 30 teams.
Minus the 6.
Minus the 6, so that puts you at 24 teams.
Right.
No, 9 teams. 9 teams.
9 teams.
Yes.
All right, so 30 minus 9 puts you at 21 teams. And what was the total?
400 plus.
What was the total haul, Lummy, for the luxury?
It was $431 million.
431 divided by 21.
20 million. That's $20 million each team.
$20.52 million for each team. Boom. Here you go. Here's $20 million found dollars.
But you know what? In football, pretty much every team tickles the salary cap, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that means that and that's why football does have some parity. I mean, you see teams that are crappy teams 2 years later become contenders.
You don't usually see dynasties in football anymore. You got parity. You got
you can for 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden the salary cap catches up to them.
Kansas City had a run, and Rams. But you're right. 2 or 3 year window is about the best that you're going to get in the major in football.
You need a reset because your salary cap catches up to you. You can play those games and they catch up to you after 2 or 3 years.
Let's not forget New England was only 2 years away from being ass buckets after Belichick left. It took them 1 or 2 years to regroup, get the right quarterback in there, and they went to the Super Bowl last year. But the year that, allow me, it's to my understanding, the year before that the Patriots went to the Super Bowl, they were ass buckets. They were like 4 or 5 and like 12 or something.
Yeah, they were struggling.
And then they got their quarterback. And they were able to cobble together a season that took them clear to, against Seattle, although they lost the Super Bowl. But you're right, Dan. You can take a team that's a bottom dweller 2 years, and then make some changes, make some trades. Everybody has to stay within the cap. You can't get cute and go over the cap and just pay for a tax. You have to stay. It's a hard cap, so to speak. And then you got a team that was an ass bucket 2 years ago that's playing in the Super Bowl.
And so what my point is that the salary cap in baseball should be a cap that every team could actually get to, and it should be respected because it's not, then you have these runaway teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers that can become, 7-8 year dynasties.
The other thing they have in the NFL too, Dan, which also adds parity, is they have a minimum amount that you can spend. Whereas I don't think in baseball they do. The Rays can spend $79 million, while the Dodgers spend $350 million. Whereas the NFL, I think they got a league minimum. You have to be within like $10 million of the cap. Am I right on that, Lummy? Like,
yes.
You can't come in and just,
which makes it fair.
Right, which makes, okay, if everybody's got rosters that are equivalent in payroll, then it makes it way more fairer than, the way baseball can do it. And they can just say, hey, listen, let's not worry about the cap. we're going to go over the cap and assemble the greatest players, and we're just going to pay the 20, 25, or 50% luxury tax to the league after the season, because we figure that if we put this good a team in the stands, we're going to sell out every game, we're going to be in playoff contention, and if we can make a run to the World Series, which the Dodgers are usually there, then it's going to end up pay-for-ing itself. That luxury cap that we have to pay, that penalty, if you will, makes up for itself based on how deep we go into the playoffs and potentially making the World Series.
Well, just wait for 2027 when they're on lockout because of that.
What do you mean?
That's the way it's looking. Their deal.
Baseball?
Yeah, their deal expires.
Their CBA, their collective bargaining agreement.
December 1st, and they said they're so far apart. The owners want a salary cap.
The owners want like a hard cap.
Yes.
And the players want to keep it, the Wild West.
Yes.
And they're going to be a holdout. And they're going to end up ruining baseball like they did back in 82 or whatever year they did it.
94.
Well, they done it a couple different times, right?
Yes.
Well, I remember when the Marlins bought their World Series, and they bought it. They bought it.
Yep.
They absolutely bought it.
You can do that in baseball more so than any other sport.
Yeah.
I think basketball,
Racing.
Lummy, is a little iffy too.
Yeah, they
got these max deals. They got the super max deals. They got the they got the Larry Bird rule. They got all kinds of different ways they can finagle it around. Here's the report: Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring right-hander Freddie Peralta?
Peralta,
in a
yes.
trade with the New York Mets. What did we have to give him? Did we give him one of our ass bucket catchers?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. We gave him a couple things, but it wasn't anything to. I say we got the best deal out of it.
You know who's good, Lummy?
Who
is our first baseman? Aranda.
Jonathan Aranda.
Oh my God, he's good
all around.
Oh, as a fielder too. Do you see a couple of those hot gimmicks that went his way, and he scooped them up? And then how many times is he having to go like into the splits and catch a ball that's coming from third or from short? And he's good. Is he young, and do we got him locked up for a while?
I think he's 27, 28. The Rays, again, they need to lock him up. They need to make him the kind of the face of the franchise.
I like the dude. Well, I mean, you got Yanni Diaz. He's going to be. Do we have him under contract for a while?
No, but he's getting a little old too. He's in his 30s. But he's on growth, so he's
on growth. I don't even think that they test for growth anymore, do they, Dan?
I don't know. In baseball?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
When we return, a couple things. I don't know what the hell we're doing in Iran. Supposedly there's another peace deal. I'm tired of peace deals. I think even the most hardcore MAGA Trump supporters like Dan, I think I'll let Dan speak for himself, but are you getting a little leery of them continuing to cry wolf on this peace deal, because it looks like it always is the same template. We have a peace deal for 2 or 3 days. They don't negotiate in good faith. And then, Iran goes rogue and ends up, bombing a few places in Jordan or something like that. And then it causes us to be full hot, and we do 12 days of bombing. And then they say uncle again, and we give them a peace deal, only for them to break here momentarily. It's a vicious cycle. What's your opinion?
It's become frustrating, but I also think that, we're trying to be noble in the sense that, there's the way that we did things like during World War II, where we would just go into, we just decimate certain towns and kill, tens of thousands of civilians. And I think it's noble to try not to do that, even though the cost is time and some political clout. But I mean, there's no doubt we've decimated them, and so I mean, even though we dropped 2 atom bombs on Japan and they surrendered, we still had people that were sort of outside the chain of command that were attacking people if they sailed by one of the BS little islands because they just didn't know what was going on, and so I think you could apply that to this situation where there's a lot of middle management military people that aren't getting clear, consistent orders and don't know what to do, and there's a bunch of different factions within the government of Iran that are fighting for real control, because they have the religious part of the government, they have the parliament part of the government, they got the prime minister part of the government, and so it's difficult to negotiate when you don't know who to negotiate with.
I know, and that's one of the things we need to determine is who actually is in charge, and I think really we need to put our person in charge there, like we did in Venezuela. And like, I'm just thinking, like, I mean, I think the end goal for Trump, and he can't say it. I don't think anybody can really say it. But I'm going to say it. And I think that we need to put our person or somebody that will communicate with us and do what they say and say what they do more so than this supreme leader. He comes from, obviously the Ayatollah. He's a descendant of the grandson of the Ayatollah, and if we don't get somebody in there other than that has Ayatollah connections, I think we're going to have the same death to America, death to our president, screwing around with the Strait of Hormuz.
But the problem is the locals, if they smell any American influence on who's leading their country, they're going to reject it. Just like in Vietnam, they rejected the leaders that we try to put in there. Just like, we put Zelensky in charge of Ukraine. And look what that got us. So we're not always the best chooser of who should be running a country.
Well, we're not happy with
horrible decisions.
We're not happy with who's running it.
Well, I understand. We don't even know who's running
and
it.
We cannot get any type of agreement or resolve or anything that's consistent long term with this guy. So, like, we're stuck. We're stuck. And in my opinion, like, I think we can continue to bomb and take out infrastructure. And if we get...
We could just take Mamdani and make him the leader of Iran. I'm sure everyone would be happy.
Well, that's not going to happen. So, I mean, I'm getting frustrated. If we can aggressively bomb for 13 nights in a row, why can't we just keep continuing to bomb and to eventually take them out to the point where there's nothing left? Now,
do you want us to put soldiers down there and let's just occupy?
Listen,
no.
I do not. I do not. But I've been told from people that know a lot about this that that's going to be the only way we potentially have any closure on this. And that in itself is going to be a bloodbath because of geographically how the country is made up of very, very mountainous mountains, very much, and Iran is far more sophisticated than Afghanistan. Afghanistan had a rugged mountainous type area that made it impossible. But these stinky bastards not only have the same type of rugged mountain gimmick, but they have silos in the side of their mountains that open up and start blasting out nuclear warheads.
They're Afghanistan on steroids. They've been preparing for this, unlike Afghanistan back then.
We kind of caught Afghanistan with their shorts down, so to speak, whereas Iran, they are prepared for us to do that, and it won't go well for us.
And they have backing from the bigger countries.
If we can't negotiate and we can't strategically carpet bomb their infrastructure, what are we doing?
Well, what does President Bubba want to do?
I want to go in there and I want to bomb them.
Where you would just bomb the rest of the military targets? Or you want to start bombing some real things? Let's take bridges and towns and electrical stations.
Yep.
Gas refineries.
And I want to find out where this stinky bastard one-legged gay Ayatollah is and start with him too. Want to do him too. Because we're so pregnant with this baby. We're in the 3rd trimester. We're having it. We just got to find out who's going to be the good mom and dad. We're putting it up for adoption. We have to find out who's going to be the best, mother and father to this baby.
So we're going to like butt plugs that blow up?
I don't know what we're
getting that way.
Okay, so let me ask you a question before we go into words. What does President Diaco do?
President Diaco sits back and lets the Iranian people have an election to find their new leader.
How long is that going to take?
It's going to take until our election.
It's going to take longer.
It's going to take probably longer than that. And in the meantime,
do you know how disenfranchised and pissed off the American public's going to be if our commander-in-chief comes back with, I just want to let you know, I think the one thing that's going to work is that we have an election over there and we let the people decide who's going to be the leader. And that's going to happen in February. And so, I mean, I think people will be like, no. Listen, I'm trying to keep in mind, too, for his popularity and his approval, like what Americans would digest and potentially what they're going to like or take a shiz on. And I think people are going to absolutely crucify him if that's what he comes up with. I mean, like, it's like, okay, we got to sit back and wait even longer. So now we're going to go into next year continuing to fight this with high gas prices and the instability of that region where they're potentially, targeting people, the Strait of Hormuz. They've not given us access to the uranium supplies. They still have long-range ballistic missiles that can go as far as London. And now we're going to kick the can, for lack of a better term, till next year where these stinky bastards can cobble up some type of election. And who's to think that it's going to be anything different than what they already got? These people are they're supreme leaders, they're dictators, they're communists. They're not gonna. It's not going to be a free and fair election where some guy that's not part of the supreme regime has a chance to win. And in fact, if you were an outsider and you did have some political steam, they'd kill you. They're going to kill you anyway. Like, oh, listen, this guy right over here, he's not part of the supreme leader. And he's got like 45%. Let's kill him. Kill that guy. We're going to win this thing. There never is going to be a fair election over there. The election results are going to be this gay amputee from this, a grandson of the Ayatollah. That's what I think. I don't know, Dan. We all don't know. We're sitting here armchair quarterbacking, but I do know this. I'm getting increasingly frustrated.
The other thing is why can't we just isolate them? Like when you lay a castle to siege, they wouldn't let anything in and let anything out. And so I don't know why we don't just choke them out that way, which I thought they were trying to do when they were doing the reverse blockade of the Strait.
But see, they still got China and they still got Russia.
Everyone feeding them.
They got Russia and China that's playing cute games behind our back. Russia says, "Oh, you want to keep continuing to help Ukraine? We'll continue to help Iran." Right. China wants to say, "Oh, you're worried about the U.S. The oil dollar being still exchanged in U.S. currency. We'll start backing, ships. There's all kinds of cute games that are going on." Behind our back.
It's a three-dimensional chess game that you and I don't have all the pieces to even understand to participate, which is it's out of our pay grade.
And you and I equal the average American. So the average American, you and I represent that. We're like, we don't know all the chess pieces, so to speak, and we are completely oblivious potentially to what stopping having a ceasefire and trying to have some meaningful negotiations. We don't know what that entails. And we do know, though, that we have a couple very powerful countries that are friendly to our face, but are not so friendly to helping out Iran. And Iran would have probably already been done had China and Russia not had an influence on supplying them with weaponry. They would have probably on their own been done. But they've gotten all this support from these two very powerful countries that, again, act like they like us, but deep down hate us.
Well, you think if the European countries and all our allies would just come together and absolutely take up forces against Iran.
I don't know, man.
There'd be nothing.
I think they're a bunch of pussies, too.
Oh, 100%.
Well, we can decimate them on our own. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of consistency. It's a matter of consistency. Right.
All right, let me go into words. I got the Iranian situation. Supposedly there's a ceasefire, another peace deal. The clickbait says, "Are you kidding me?" And it's truly how I feel. I'm like, how many more of these are we going to have? And they're going to come and go. It's time for us to shiz or get off the pot.
It's like Charlie Brown getting fooled by Lucy every time.
Lucy promises, "I will not pull the football out, Charlie." "No, but you do it every time, Lucy." "I know I do, but I promise on this time I will not. I swear on Snoopy." And then Charlie gets all revved up, goes to kick, and she pulls the ball out like she does every other time, and Charlie lands flat on his back, and he's the high spot of the joke.
And that's what we've done for the last 4 months.
Yeah. And it's time that, Charlie Brown doesn't go for the football, but he kicks Lucy right in the vagina.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's time that you miss. I'm sorry.
C kick?
I didn't mean to give you a C kick. I didn't mean to give you a pop you double sop yop kick. Sorry, Lucy, that you got a sore and now bruised vagina.
Hell, give me my foot back.
Give me, yeah. Next time you won't do it. So anyway, WNBA drama. This coach, Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, She comes out of the game yesterday with a trans kids belong shirt. And
where do they belong,
Bubba? Well, you know where they belong? They belong in their own little section doing their own little thing, and they do not belong mingling or participating in any extracurricular activities with normal XY and normal XX children.
What about the bathrooms?
The bathrooms need to go. I almost think now you almost got to build them their own effing bathroom.
Well, they're doing that now.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of what you need to do. Because they're trying to be a girl when they got a wiener, and I think they're going to get beat up in the boys' bathroom, and they're going to it's
scare the girls,
and it's going to be traumatic to the girls.
But that's not right, Bubba, because now you're isolating them and making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but what if a trans guy, like all the stalls, look, girls' bathrooms take forever, first of all.
Hold on.
They're way slower.
Now no, they're doing that to themselves, Lummy. Isolating them and making them feel bad. This is a choice they've chose.
According to them, it's not their choice.
Well, again, anybody that will sit there and listen to that and allow that excuse is a pussy. Is an absolute pussy.
And then what do you do if your daughter's in the bathroom and all the stalls are taken and the transgender guy's like, I got to still go. And so he just whips it out and pees in the sink like he would in a normal boys'
Next
room.
thing you know, Sophia has to see a wiener inside of her bathroom, and that's not what she signed up to be. That's not what the school says they were going to do. That's not protecting my daughter. For my daughter to have to be exposed to a wiener in her bathroom. And no, so you put the wiener, the person with lipsticks, fake boobs, and a wiener. You either do one or two things, and you can have the actual trans families vote. Do you want their own trans bathroom so they have people that are like them in this bathroom, or do you put them in the boys and risk them getting their ass whipped?
Maybe instead of men and women, it should just have a picture of either a penis or a vagina.
Well, I mean, inevitably, that's what men and women always signified. You just didn't have to throw it out there for the retards. Man, when they had a picture of a man, you're assuming that she got a ween, and when you got a picture of a woman in a dress, you are assuming she's got a vagina. Now today's the pieces part don't quite mix in or merge, if you will, and when you got sanctioning bodies like the WNBA sending mixed, like if I'm the commissioner of the WNBA, in fact, Lummy, I don't know of the NBA, Major League Baseball, NCAA, NHL, NFL, if they would allow a coach, Andy Reid, Todd Bowles, Matt LaFleur, any John Cooper, Kevin Cash, anybody that's a head coach, I don't know that they could be wearing a T-shirt that had this message on, and the league double down and stand behind them. Trans kids.
If you had a red hat on, they'd kick you out of the stadium.
Trans kids belong. What type of message is the WNBA like? Stop using your forum and your platform to promote weird stuff. The WNBA they're killing themselves. They're absolutely killing themselves. Allowing this type of nonsense. I'll get into that and the Iranian situation next.
1, 2, 3.
The audio torture never stops. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Iranian people that aren't getting the update orders. That's what I'm trying to do.
They should divert all the Moroccans and send them to Iran.
Why not? They look like them.
If the illegals wanted to break in, listen, send them all. Put them all there. What a clusterfuck of a country that would be.
Are you being all lummied out?
No, sir. Just making sure Dr. Dan was not talking shit about the U.S. during World War II.
Jason, there's a lot of storms on the way up.
Huh?
Jason, there's a lot of storms on the way up right now. He's driving through a hurricane.
Hurricane?
Jason said he's driving through a hurricane to get to the studio.
What?
I guess it's bad weather between us and Tampa.
Really?
It's not going to rain in here.
Wait, is Jay coming here, Dan?
Yeah, I guess so.
Actually, I guess so. What, for the camera?
Ask Dan.
Call him now.
Yeah, Jay's making it in here.
Someone said it's a tornado and Jay's driving through.
Case enters a new arena. The Strongsville woman.
find yourself needing a tractor, something for agriculture and landscaping, area work platforms, a generator, an excavator? If you need it, they got it. And it all starts and stops with going to rentpro.com. 4 locations: Quitman, Georgia; Tallahassee, Florida; Ocala, Florida; and Gainesville, Florida. Again, go to rentpro.com to find the one nearest you. Whether you need to buy it, whether you need to rent it, you can apply for credit, you can put in a rental request, and it all starts and stops with my boys at rentpro.com. Tell them Bubba Army.
Morning's most dangerous conversation continues. We are back. You ready? It's Bubba, the Love Sponge Show. The Bubba, the Love Sponge Show.
Before I get into my WNBA and my what are we going to do in Iran story, I wanted to get a couple of these blown out. They're Dan specific. Here's Fauci. And this will probably be the last bit of Fauci news that we'll cover. But I really like this. This is Senator is it Moreno? Senator Moreno, and the last day of questioning with Fauci, as you know, that he's asserted his Fifth Amendment right pretty much on every question they have. And I kind of like this senator's spin on it with regards to Fauci asserting his Fifth Amendment right. I really loved this.
It's James Madison. I can only wonder.
Here we go.
So you didn't know who wrote the Fifth Amendment. It's James Madison. I can only wonder what he would think of somebody like you invoking his writings to shield culpability for the actions that you took.
It's now fact. It's fact that he received over $1 million in various rewards and grants and things like that. It's fact that he knew anything other than an N95 mask, and in most instances in that particular situation, was ineffective. It's a fact that social distancing was not effective. It's a fact that they knew ivermectin and other things outside of the big pharma jab were effective and worked. They knew for a fact this was pretty much a nothing burger when it came to the younger generation. They know for a fact that it came from a lab and not a wet market. They know for a fact that, that they didn't need to shut down all of these places and scare everybody.
And they know for a fact that the vaccine did not prevent transmission, did not prevent infection, and may have increased your risk of catching COVID. They know for a fact that the vaccine was not effective in children.
That's what I said. But anyway,
and the fact that he probably created they funded it.
Fauci designed the disease to begin with.
Yeah.
It was his virus
baby
from when it was in North Carolina. Son of a bitch.
No secret why you have to hire the biggest dirtbag attorney on the planet, because of what you did.
Now, what happens from here? The congressional hearing or the Senate Oversight Judiciary Committee, they had him up on the Hill. He pled fifth to the fifth to everything. Is there anything that can happen from this point forward in the information that they have received, via getting, on a subpoena for his email and his communications? So that's where everything that Dan and I said, we know for a fact, all came from his writings and his correspondence. It's not anybody's opinion. This came from Fauci. My question is, where do they go from here? I mean, he's been granted a pardon and immunity, but that's only on the federal level. Can states now, much like states, Dan, went in and went after Big Pharma individually as states, on the opiate crisis and the pill mills and things like that. I think almost every state took a shot at Big Pharma and got a settlement. Do now the states take all this information and get, and sue Fauci on the state level?
They have to sue Fauci on the state level, but in federal court.
Okay.
So it's still state crime, But if it's a person versus a state, it specifically goes to federal court.
I know. So Fauci isn't off the hook just because he went up there.
Which is why he pled the fifth, because he does have potential exposure within the states. So
can he not? So is the fifth not in play on the state level?
It's only in play on federal, not at all.
So what do you think? This is all of the fact finding and all of the quizzing and all the bombarding when he would not answer anything, and they have all these statistics and facts that they've obtained from him. Are they just setting the stage for the state to come in now, or do you think that this is this it's over and it doesn't go any further? To me, them unearthing everything they did would seem like they're just setting up. Like this is very far from being done, and that I think there's a next layer to this. And that would be potentially each state gathering around and suing this guy on the state level in federal court.
Or not even just suing him, maybe charging him criminally.
Right.
In state courts. And then no one can undo that.
Would you agree that this is not over?
I hope it's not over. And, what really astounds me is it's been proven now. It's been demonstrated. It's been clear that son of a bitch lied about everything. And he
was a mark for himself.
Well, yeah, I think he's a mark for himself. It's embarrassing, that part. But the devastation that he caused, not only in this country, but throughout the world, and how that guy can show his face without people diving on top of him is beyond me. But even Brian said, oh, yeah, well, we didn't learn anything new. We knew. Brian, you sat in your home like a little scared bitch for 6 months because this guy made you that scared. You followed all his things wearing 3 kinds of masks on top of each other because of this guy. This guy made you look and half of the country look like fools. And now they're like saying, oh, they're defending him. They're saying, oh, he didn't know better at the time. He systematically defrauded and injured this entire world. And for us to just pass over it, gloss over it, just forgive him, he was doing the best he can. No, he didn't. He was acting with a malicious heart. He had bad intentions. He was actively hurting people.
Well,
he was screwing people financially.
And he knew the truth.
And he knew the truth.
And the people defending him are the people that are cheering on Luigi that killed the United Healthcare guy.
Right.
And all he was is a president of a healthcare company.
Right.
I mean, Fauci killed him. He created the disease. He ruined people.
All right, let me go down.
I hope you're paying him well. And I hope that
I really like this guy, man, because he absolutely brings the steam.
One way or the other, somewhere, sometime, you answer for your crimes. Can you do me a favor in the audience and stand up if during...
Nobody's seen this. This is really effective because Fauci won't answer any question. No matter how you frame it, no matter how, he just won't. He won't answer. So watch this demonstration.
The time of the COVID pandemic, you were called a racist for calling the virus a Wuhan virus or the China virus. If you thought the 6-foot rule was total crap, if you thought the vaccine wasn't something that you should take, if you thought it was outrageous the way the mask policy was rolled out, if you were fired from your job for not taking that vaccine, including members of the military, if you thought closing schools was catastrophically stupid, and that you thought that during these times saying these things made you somehow a lesser human being.
So now everybody, the media, people in the gallery, people that are watching this, people that are aides for various senators and congressmen, people now that are under what he said, the parameters of what this guy said, are now standing up in the chambers.
Roger, can you just turn around and look at the people behind you?
And Fauci refuses to turn around.
You're not willing to do that? That's not a question. It's not a question. To your lawyer, it's not a question. It's a request. All you have to do is look up from your lawyers and look at the people who were absolutely shamed for saying what we know now to be the truth. You can't even look at them? That's a question. Are you able to look at them? Those policies were put in place because you had moronic politicians that listened to the words of a megalomaniac who was more interested in having met a Kardashian than the suffering of the American people. And that is you. You may have had a 50-plus year legacy of public service, but it ends in total and complete disgrace. So let me ask you an opportunity to answer one question. Will you apologize, just apologize, to the people who you harmed through your actions? Will you say, do you have the dignity to just say you're sorry?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Coward.
Boom.
Coward, coward, coward. He's a malicious, evil, murderous coward, in my opinion. And I think the facts will prove that I'm right.
Moving right along, before I get into the Iranian WNBA deal, I wanted Dan to see this. I guess this woman had some type of botched nose job. I've been holding on to this since like last Wednesday, and I knew I wanted to play it specifically while you were here. So I think I got this story like last Wednesday. And I don't know if this is in Great Britain or where this is at, but this woman has had she in some way, shape, or form had either a botched or complication on a rhinoplasty.
Probably had a cocaine nose.
Yeah, she may have.
With no structure
and
left.
So she has all these prosthetic noses, including the one that she has on now, and she can change noses for various occasions. Like, for instance, when she's been drinking a little bit, she's got a nose that's got a little red hue to it, and she plops them on and they have a magnetic base. They've built a magnetic base in here where she just literally plops on a brand new nose. Check this out. I mean, and Dan, have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, because they also have clip-ons with like osseointegrated implants like you do for teeth, where the prosthetic of the face will just snap on.
Original glue-on noses that I wore before they cut my nose off.
Okay.
And then I've got a selection of noses. I've got a nose. Do you want me to take it off to show you?
Oh my! If you don't mind, do you mind?
No, God, no, not at all.
You've done it on TikTok, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, and it went a little bit crazy. But yeah, I've got a selection of noses that I wear, and I love this one the most.
That is your favourite one?
This is my favourite one.
You would literally never know.
I know. I'm so lucky. But I've got a drunk nose that I wear.
Stop it.
When I've had a few glasses of wine. So I just put my drunk nose on.
So that's the red one.
It'll give you a better like that. That was a side view. It gives you more of a front-on view.
Mrs. Potato Head.
You've got how many go? Oh, no, the red one's on.
So when you've got a
how many she had?
That's unbelievable. It's so clever. And then you've got a tanned one from when you're on holiday.
Yeah, when I get a little bit of summer and a little bit of colour on my cheeks, I have to have a slightly more tanned
Jane,
one.
it's extraordinary. Take us back to 2012. What happened?
I had a really large Neapolitan Mastiff called Cece.
Dan, what's that called? A neoplastio thing called Cece.
It's a giant dog.
What?
It's a giant dog.
I really had a large
Mastiff?
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
So it's like a bull mastiff. They're massive. They're 100-plus pound dogs.
Did the dog bite her nose off, maybe?
Or broke it?
A Mastiff called Cece, and she jumped up and knocked my nose. And after that, my nose was just weird, and it sort of blew up a little bit, and I had lots of nosebleeds. And
but she didn't break it. It wasn't.
She didn't break it.
Well, she was just being playful.
She was just being playful, and we just thought, oh, but my nose.
Kind of like when Turner took a hack at your cheek, Lummy. You know, it was just
exactly.
It's being playful.
Continued to be weird, so thought I'd better go to the doctors and see what it was. So I went to the doctors, and they were like, haven't got a clue what it is. They sent me to the local hospital. They didn't know what it was. Went to another hospital, and it took me 2 years to eventually get diagnosed with what I got, which is vasculitis.
Just explain what
Dan, what's vasculitis?
It's an inflammation of the blood vessels. It's very nondescript, and it's very diffuse and not specific.
Is it treatable without having to saw somebody's nose off?
I mean, I've never heard of vasculitis causing a rhinectomy.
Done, because it looks like it's magnets that go into your skull. Is that right?
Basically, I've got magnets into my skull.
Yeah. So hold on. Look.
Wow.
Yeah, like Dan, you have been doing plastic surgery nearly 30 years. Have you ever seen such a contraption?
Yeah, well, we did it with osseointegrated
Drilled
implants.
in-
Instead of the magnets showing, there would just be things that would snap.
So instead of magnets, you had something that would like snap into place.
Right. Similar idea though, where there's a couple of implants that are
Now what's
sticking out of the skin.
what's behind that?
Just your airway.
Like
goes all the way down.
Like atom, like atomic, like I'm sorry, atomy or whatever the hell, like what's behind there? Like as far as your
anatomically,
anatomically,
her nasal pharynx, and so it goes.
There's no blood or nothing like that.
There's mucosa in there. It's just like this. It's like the lining of your nose now.
They took off my nose that had sunk straight back into my face. Yeah. And then I've got magnets on my nose, and then I just
keeps on.
Keep it on every morning.
But you still have a sense of taste and a sense of smell?
I can still, I put a TikTok up and a lot of people were saying, can you sneeze? Yes. Can you smell? Yes. Can you taste? Yes. People were fascinated about the sneezing more than anything else. But yeah, I've got, I can't smell as well as you.
Michael Jackson he didn't have that. He just had a really bad botched nose job.
I thought he had his tip that he could clip on and clip off.
I think he did have something like that, Bubba, because if you go through, and in the plastic surgery world, we've talked about this outside of what normal media talks about, and what it appears he had done, and this is
You're
again,
talking about Michael Jackson. Right.
And this is again, in my opinion, based on what I've heard. I can't confirm this is real, but a lot of times when a black guy wanted to have a wider nose, they would add volume to the dorsum because the traditional standard African nose doesn't have a very strong dorsal bone and dorsal cartilage. That's why it's flat. So back in the day when Michael Jackson was trying to make himself look more white, he put a silicone implant in his nose. Well, silicone implants in the nose don't do well. They tend to get rejected. And so that's why he was in that hyperbaric oxygen. It wasn't because he was weird. It was because he was trying to heal
his nose.
And ultimately, it did not heal. He ended up losing tissue and ended up with a scarred down, deformed nose that he covered.
And he may have had some kind
of prosthesis like this is what I think he did do.
Right.
Is had a prosthetic.
Rallies surround Fever Links game after Sophie Cunningham's stance on transgender athletes. So, Sophie Cunningham's stance on transgender athletes, we played it last week. She's like, girls are girls, boys are boys. I'm protecting girls here that have, participated with other girls all of their career. And then all of a sudden later on in their career, whether it be, high school or college, now a boy wants to wear lipstick and compete against the girls. I have the opinion that I have because I'm trying to protect the dreams of young girls, which is kind of the mindset of any normal-minded person. Boys play with XX, and XX never should be allowed, regardless of what type of lipstick or fake boob implants or mini skirts or whatever. If you are an XY, which is a man, you should play with XY people. An XX, which is a girl, regardless of what that XY has done exteriorly, should never be allowed to play competitive sports with a genetic XX, which is a girl.
And if you look at the people that you would consider to be experts in this specific topic, when it comes to the athletes themselves, you want to look at people like Billie Jean King, who transcended sports and became, an openly lesbian female, but was the most famous female tennis player of her time. And really made and unbelievable, and really made women in sports marketable and financially viable. And then you look at another person that would have a real skin in the game, like foreskin in the game, and that would be Bruce Jenner / Caitlyn Jenner, because that person knows what advantages someone with XY chromosomes
on the highest level,
and knows now that as a girl, she lives as a woman, she'd still whoop the ass of any other genetic female in any sport that she tried with because she could do everything. She's the decathlete. She could run, jump, throw things.
Bruce Jenner, at his most athletic part of his life in the 1976 Montreal Olympics, was recognized as. Where the hell is this coming from? I don't know where all this keeps firing. In its highest level, which is the decathlon for the Olympic sporting of every 4 years. The Olympic comes around, and the decathlon is recognized as the most overall sport that shows strength, speed, endurance, athleticism. It's not just the shot put, it's not just the pole vault, it's not just the 24-mile run, it's all of them. So you have to be the most well-rounded athlete in the world to be the winner of the decathlon. In fact, I think
best athlete in the world.
Yeah, you're labeled the best overall athlete in the world.
Yep.
And so when that person that at one time, that was the description of Bruce Jenner, the best male athlete in the world. When the best male athlete in the world is now transitioning to the point where I think Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn, even went with cutting off his wiener, supposedly.
Not cutting off, but turning it inside out.
But at the end of the day, Dan, even if you do cut your wiener off and you hollow it out and make it a vagina, I still think you're wired XY.
Well, you are, and you had all those years of muscle development as an XY, and you're 5'11" or 6'1".
Yeah. And so Bruce Jenner, who's now a woman, by all intents and purposes, says one of the biggest proponents of boys play with boys and girls play with girls, regardless if you put lipstick on or cut your wiener off, the person that probably has the most standing, the biggest expert of all, would be a person that at one time was the greatest male athlete, has now transitioned into a woman, and as a woman, she says there's no way, shape, or form that anybody that's transitioning should ever play with girls because you just distinctively have an unbelievable advantage. This is the utmost expert in the world over this little sliver of pie that we're discussing. Right? I mean, nobody's got better standing than Caitlyn Jenner. You're living your life as a woman. You've transitioned into a woman. And you were at one time the best man in all of athletics. That gives you both sides of the fence to be able to argue from. And if that person says that that XY competing against XX, when you break it down genetically, is not fair to XX, then that's what the law should be. We don't need any, WNBA coaches. See, you know what pisses me off is that these dumb bitches and the WNBA are using their platform to promote stupid, woke stuff. Nobody in the WNBA, outside of your handful of players that are woke and weird, the majority of the people that come to the games are like me, Dan, and Lummy. We want to see Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. We want to see these good players, play, I guess. But we don't want this platform to be a platform that you can speak out on stupid, weird stuff. And this is a direct problem that the commissioner has allowed. Jesus, stop. I'm just gonna.
I also sent you where I guess last night the Golden State coach came out and said that she supports men playing in women's sports.
Coming out of I know you don't have.
If I'm the WNBA, Dan, and I'm the commissioner, I'm throwing down some rules that says we're not talking about this topic anymore. We're not this particular agenda, this trans world that has infiltrated WNBA. We're done. We're done. We're going to talk about what happens on our court by the players in our league, and that's it. We're not going to use our platform to start going down this path. And every one of them's doing it now. I got 3 coaches. This coach, the coach from the Indiana Fever, and the coach from the Minnesota Lynx, of which the coach from the Minnesota Lynx, she wore a shirt in yesterday's game when they played against Indiana saying trans kids belong. They belong. Yeah, they do belong. Trans kids do belong. Playing against I'm playing against boys. Play by what you play by what your gender markers are.
I know you don't have the fever again in the regular season, but coming out of the break, one of the big news stories has been Sophie Cunningham.
Let me Napa Mike. $100. Thank you, Napa Mike. Appreciate it.
One of the big.
I would say we're not answering any questions. Listen, I'm not answering questions with regards to the trans world. That's a world that does not affect the girls that I coach. And I want to talk about the girls that I coach, and that's it.
News stories has been Sophie Cunningham and the protests for her and protests against her. And, they had a national televised game today and Cheryl, wore a shirt, and it's just a conversation. I'm wondering what do you think about it?
This is lack of leadership. This is absolutely lack of leadership.
Yeah, she shouldn't have to answer this question. They're not even talking about the game she's in.
Well, hold on. Here's the deal. But the commissioner needs to step up, Lummy, and tell all organizations, stay away from answering transgender. We are not here to promote people that are trying to transition. We are here to promote women playing basketball on the highest level. Period.
To celebrate Brittany Griner's circumcision?
Yes.
It's good for the league. Does it detract from the basketball? Is it?
And here's the deal. You bitches want to sit here and act like being transitioning, you belong? Okay, let's get a couple guys, Lummy, that are, second and third string on North Carolina and Duke and, UConn and IU and Notre Dame and some of these big, UCLA, some of these big Power 5 schools, the guy that's the 6th or 7th or 8th man off the bench, the 7'2" backup center that's a little awkward and needs, a little development. Let's go ahead and put lipstick on him, have him tuck his wiener, put on a sports bra, much like probably Brittany Griner really is.
Right.
And let's let them start entering the sport and let them start scoring 40 and 50 a game.
Good luck.
And so that your Kelsey Mitchells and the chick, the blue-haired chick yesterday, I think her name's Robinson or Williams, who just absolutely lit it up. She was a great player. And so that these girls, now are getting dominated by men that are wearing lipsticks. If you really want to take if you're going to put your money where your mouth is, and the head coach for the Minnesota Lynx is going to wear a T-shirt that says "Trans kids belong," then you better allow somebody that's transitioning from a male to a female to be part of your sport.
Let's let them all in there. Let's just flood them with trans athletes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just every team's got 4 or 5, so that all the girls can just get knocked the F out.
Yeah.
Jay's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just noise.
I'd love to see a bunch of crazy trans fighting in the halftime.
I'd love to see
the benches empty and a bunch of dudes just start getting guyish again.
That's an awesome league.
Hold on.
S out of each other.
Dudes with lipstick and sports bras.
Right.
Yeah.
And their taped penises fling out of their shorts.
Lummy with lipsticks, a sports bra, and his hair pulled back in a girl bun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Lummy,
you'd be scoring, literally, Lummy, you'd be scoring 50 a night.
I'd get a double-double.
I'm just wondering what your opinion is.
I think, thank you for that question. I think.
No, it should have been, I'm not answering that question.
Yeah.
Just in terms of how
Man, the WNBA is going to weird itself right out of existence.
Yep.
I'm seeing it is, if I could answer with, for me, sports is about belonging.
Belonging. Sports is
about fairness.
Sports is about having the same type of person that you're competing against or with. The same type of person.
It's about inclusivity. It's about allowing everyone to be their authentic self. I'm big on that just because I have been criticized for my height, for my ethnicity.
But you know what?
What is she, Hawaiian?
But you're still
Japanese?
a woman. you're still an XX. You were born an XX. You are an XX. You're going to stay an XX.
Right.
Let's throw in an XY in here and let's really get crazy.
I've been in those you shouldn't belong here many times. And for me, I don't want that space, especially Golden State, to ever feel like that. So I'm all about women, little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women. So I'm all about inclusive.
All right. Then you know what? Let's have some trans women that you got to start playing against.
The WNBA is going to become the NBA, and it's going to become interesting to watch.
Oh, with trans players?
Here it is.
Yeah. They're all, like the one who yelled at those girls last week. I suspect she's a lesbian. She's the co-owner of the Seattle team.
Oh,
yeah.
She came out and yelled at the girls for wearing XXXY shirts.
Here is the head coach for the Minnesota team on ABC. This was on ABC. This was their premier game yesterday, them versus the Indiana Fever. They end up winning 108-100. And this is her. And by the way, Sophie Cunningham is the only person in the league really that's like, speaking of this trans issue in a very calculated and smart way, and that is boys play with boys and girls play with girls. And if we take that right away, then it's going to be unfair to little girls. That's about as common sense as you potentially could get. She's now been ostracized and bastardized, and she's been made the villain to the point where the team that she's playing, she plays for the Indiana Fever. They're playing the Minnesota Lynx. The coach, now Sophie Cunningham's a player. The coach of the team that she's playing is now responding to her stance on her, mature, calculated, what most Americans feel opinion about trans is. And she comes out to head coach her girls that are competing against Sophie Cunningham with a Trans Kids Belong shirt. Knowing that it's going to be on national TV, knowing that the player that you're going against has already been outspoken about this, and this is the shirt that you wear.
Well, we see Cheryl Reeve wearing a shirt today in support of trans kids. Trans kids belong.
Okay, trans kids belong. That means you're going to start letting, XYs play with XX because they belong, right? And if they feel like they need to play against girls, you better support them. If you're gonna loosely knit together your support of this particular subject on national TV in opposition of one of the highest profile players that you're playing against, going to wear a Trans Kids Belong shirt.
The shirt, this in the aftermath of Sophie Cunningham's recent comments. We actually saw Cheryl.
Like, this is so petty. Like as a head coach, hold yourself to a higher decorum.
And what's ironic is she never said anything negative about trans people.
No.
She talked positively about women and protecting women in women's sports. She's never uttered a negative word about trans people ever.
Ever.
Sophie speaking at center court pregame. And yesterday, Cheryl Reeves spent a lot of time talking at length with the media about this topic.
I would encourage anyone to go and listen to Cheryl Reeves' comments. Incredibly thoughtful, easy to find.
Man, God forbid an announcer says, "Are we kidding? Can we burn a timeout here? Do we know what we're really saying? Do we know how weird we're making our league? Do you know the average guy sitting on his couch right now in Wisconsin doesn't really care about this stuff and actually thinks we're a bunch of freaks? And we're going to lose that guy as a P1? He's no longer, there's only a certain amount of nonsense and wokeness and weirdness that the average American consumer, that potentially is a new set of eyes on the WNBA since the influx of enthusiasm that Caitlin Clark and other people have brought. They're not going to put up with a head coach of your most successful franchise with the league's best record, 25 or 26-5 or something like that. That it comes out and starts getting weird like this and having press conferences
Online and
see.
Just encourage anyone to go and listen.
And anybody, even the announcers, Even the announcers have to sit there and bite their tongue.
Yep.
And you know, and sell the gimmick. Now,
No, they supported it. They didn't just bite their tongue and sell it. They supported it.
So here's the head.
They super served it.
You want to talk about screwed up? This is the head coach of the Indiana Fever. This is the woman that coaches Sophie Cunningham.
I have mixed feelings about her now.
I don't like her. I hate her. I hate her guts. I hate her guts.
What do you really think?
I hate her guts.
Oh.
Thanks for letting me triple down. I hate this bitch's guts.
Wow.
You know how one of your high-profile play. Listen, it's just common sense.
I agree 100%.
Whether you agree with Sophie Cunningham or you don't, just common sense would say, I probably need to delicately stay out of this fray. Right?
And I support my players.
And I support my players. I support their opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to get too far down the road on this particular topic. It is a lose-lose topic. It's highly polarizing. You might as well be asking me about abortion because that's how polarizing this issue is. And I don't want to, you know what? I'm the coach of the Indiana Fever. If you want to talk about any of my girls that I coach or any of the girls that I'm going to be coaching against or the league in itself, that's fair game. But I'm not going to talk about some social experiment that's currently going on in our in the world pop culturally. I'm just not going to talk about it. There's no way for me to win this argument, and so I'm going to leave that for other people. But I do support my players. What does this bitch say?
What's your stance? What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal stance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint.
What?
I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer. I just don't.
Exclusion's not the answer. So you're supposed to include everybody?
I'm not a scientist, and they don't know.
She's trying not to say anything to get canceled.
Right.
So she's saying
Dan,
that I shouldn't have an opinion.
But here's the thing,
and I'm
Dan.
for inclusion.
But here's the deal. You can say the same thing while avoiding the topic altogether. I'm just not going to speak on it. Nobody can cancel you for saying, I prefer not to speak about this topic. I stand behind my players.
You're right.
It's not me. I'm not the person that's ever going to be the deciding vote as to whether these people play in our sport or not. So I would choose not to answer this. Now, you want to talk about Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Mitchell or the Lisa Boston girl or Sophie Cunningham or the Hall girl? I'm all up. Let them rip.
I do think, when we think about various levels of sport, various governing bodies of sport and things that go into that, like I said, I'm not educated enough at the different levels. I know growing up, I played with the boys all the time.
So
there weren't girl sports.
Would you welcome?
No. You played with the boys
and lost.
The boys didn't play with you. Meaning when the boy,
that's a good distinction.
It's a big difference.
Wow.
If the boys are playing a game and you go in there and say, "Hey guys, can I get in?" They're like, "Yeah, come on in here." But if it was a group of girls, let's say there's 8, 9, 10 girls playing a pickup game, and boys went in. That's a whole different parameter.
You're right.
Than you play. I played with the boys all my life, meaning the boys incorporated you into their game.
Right, that's different. If Lummy and the boys are playing a game and the girl rolls up at 6'2" and wants to play some hoop with them,
sure.
then that's different than Lummy rolling up to a girls game.
Right.
Yeah,
a lot
they're
different.
look at me like I'm a pussy.
Exactly.
But these writers and these journalists, they're as pussified and woke as everybody else.
A biological male in WNBA.
Again, it's like I don't know.
Hold on, that's a hard no. That's a hard no. This question is a hard no.
A biological male in WNBA.
No, I'm not for that. I'm not. I'm sorry. Cancel me.
Again, it's like I don't know. When we talk about biological male and scientifically where we are, I think it's a totally different scenario. As I said, I'm not educated enough in terms of
this league is so woke.
Dan's right though. She has to really toe the corporate line as a coach, and so even if she believed, and she could just say X X X Y. Look at what Sophie Cunningham's getting crucified for.
Transgender and transitioning to give you a smart answer. I would say, though,
No
that
answer.
I just don't feel like exclusion is an answer, and I think that we need to have deeper.
So exclusion's not
Well,
an
that
answer.
is an answer, isn't it?
If exclusion's not an answer, then that means
inclusion.
Inclusion is the answer. And if there's a guy that wants to be, a player on the Indiana Fever, you as the head coach have to potentially give this person a tryout based on what you're saying on this press conference.
More layered conversations.
And you'd be okay with them in the locker room?
Yeah. Is there any frustration?
She ignored that
During a
question. Did you see her blink?
fantastic Run that this is distracting from that.
There is a frustration, of course, because we want to talk about basketball and we want to continue to work on our game and we want to continue to grow as a team. But I also understand this is part of our growth edge as a league, right? It's part of our growth edge as a league, and
Leave it to a bunch of bitches that play organized sports to ruin the sport with just absolute bitch ass wokeness. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't see this in men's sports where men can be men. We're like somebody saying, asking, Todd Bowles or Matt LaFleur, hey, do you think that you could get a girl to come in here and play middle linebacker? They would say, no, that's not going to happen. They're going to get hurt, and I don't know that anybody in the NFL's ever going to make me do that.
I don't think you need a penis to make reasonable decisions. But if you look back to about, say 70 years ago, we were asking the same question. Well, do you think a black man can actually play baseball with white man? And so
that black man was genetically the same as that white man.
I understand, and we still questioned it because at the time there was ignorance.
Because we're a bunch of racial ignorant.
Right, and so
that was
how do you
not
look back at today?
But hold on, that was Jackie Robinson and the influx of African Americans from the Negro League coming in to play with white players had nothing to do with science. It had everything to do with ignorance. Whereas this is actually scientific.
But it's ignorance of the science. That's the whole point of it. This is still ignorance. It's still ignorance.
I understand, but it's ignorance of not under. Or it's turning your cheek. It's turning your head and not wanting to listen to the science.
It's cognitive dissonance. It's ignoring the science. It's like when you watch Star Wars and you like suspension of disbelief. Like for a second you think C-3PO is kind of real. You treat him as a real character even though it's a farce. And so this suspension of disbelief, and we do that when we watch, like I said, science fiction type movies, but we have this like cognitive dissonance, and it has to do with this transgender argument. It had to do with the COVID science. You could still take a blue-haired, bleeding liberal, and she'll still tell you that the COVID vaccine was helpful, that the social distancing was helpful.
That's what we got
It's
here.
called
Fauci
empathetic suicide.
We got a bunch of
It's
blue.
called empathetic suicide, and that's what's going to lose the Democrats, potentially lose the Democrats the election in 2026. Because if they get behind this stuff again, Bubba, like you're saying, where I don't need a science degree to know what a woman is. I don't need to be Ketanji Brown Jackson in the congressional hearings to be the first African-American woman Supreme Court justice and say, I don't know what a woman is. Everybody knows who has a daughter or a wife or a sister or a mother, which makes everybody on this earth know the difference between a mother and a woman, a man and a woman.
Here is the head coach of the woman that was wearing Trans Kid Belong. This is after the game. I guess she's taking her shirt off. I got to do this.
No, this is before. This is
before the game.
Yeah.
This is
so the
before
DSA believes all this stuff. They're going to lose like that.
Feel like our
So I got to play this, and I got to go into words. I'm way late.
safe space is being threatened. That's what I enjoy about the WNBA, and I think we have to continue to safeguard that. I don't think these demonstrators are not being peaceful, or not that I've seen, and I haven't seen all of it. I haven't heard everything that's happening, but everyone has a right to peacefully assemble, right? That's whether you agree with them or not. It doesn't matter. It happens every day, on the corner and discussions, and it's not about agreeing. I think you can have an opinion, in this space. I think the the commissioner and the league have a responsibility to ensure that any topic that could be problematic for players that they perceive.
Yeah, the commissioner should put their foot down and tell you dumb bitches just to stay away from certain topics because you're going to run off all of our audience.
But see, here's where she's a hypocrite, Bubba. Everyone should be able to talk about anything, but if Sophia Cunningham doesn't agree with what they're talking about, then she's ostracized and she's the devil.
Yeah.
Like, we have to tolerate everything unless you disagree with them. And then you're the pariah.
Here's an example of their officiating, then I got to go into words. Sophia Cunningham is clearly knocked in the mouth, and they call a foul on her. As if the W is like, you know how they play their games, Lummy, when they get somebody that they're trying to get thrown out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Check this out.
It's a defensive foul. No hostile act occurred. There was no secondary act after the defensive foul. Play resumed.
Leave it to a bunch of bitches to ruin some, like, bitch up a sport.
Yeah, not basketball.
They're just you know what they're doing? They're bitching up this sport. Listen.
Secondary act after the defensive foul. Play resumes with Minnesota ball on the sideline.
Oh, you didn't realize they called that on Sophie Cunningham?
No. Okay. I think it should be an offensive foul. I don't think it should be a defensive foul.
So that woman elbows her in the face. Even the announcer, oh, by the way, there's a coach, trans kids belong. Even the announcers would be like, man, this should have been not a foul on Sophie.
And here's the thing. Now, when they go and look at that.
I mean, this league is going to self-destruct.
That's a problem.
Absolutely self-destruct. And the commissioner's at the head of it. I can't wait for this league to be nothing. For Caitlin Clark and some of the other high-profile people to go over to Europe, get a fair shake, and stop the woke and the weirdness, and get them right back down to where they were before you came to the league. They were selling out 2,500 to 3,400 seat venues. That's where they were playing. Now they're playing in, 15 and 17,000 seat venues because of the buzz. But I think they're genuinely killing the buzz with all this wokeness and transgenderness and isolation amongst their, athletes that speak out in a type of way that most Americans would align with. But it's just they're woke, wake, and weird. They're just right. We'll get to the U.S. Iranian nonsense. Yet another peace deal. Another peace deal.
I'm celebrating peace.
Yeah, okay. You also have an electric car. You don't have to pay for fuel like we do.
This is so much easier, too. It's so expensive.
He's calling shenanigans on the D. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
End of the month, I want to know if you want to do it or not.
Okay.
Adam Carolla is coming to the Enclave to do something for Jeff Gigante for the Big Brother Association, and it's boys only. And I was going to get a few seats and didn't know if you wanted to go. And then when I was talking to the owner of the Enclave last week after I was leaving the studio, I said, "Yeah, I was just getting done with the broadcast." And he said, "What is it?" And I said, "Bubba the Love Sponge." And he said, "Oh, Adam Carolla asked if he's still doing it." So I think someone from here should reach out to him. He'll definitely do something no matter what. But if you wanted to do something at my studio,
I'd like to do two things. One, I'd like to have him here, but I'd also go and do if he would want me to participate on that side of the fence.
well, I would just have you come as a guest at our table with like me, you, Danny, and Jeff and all the boys.
Yeah, save me a seat.
Right,
but then
it's $1,000 a seat. I'll buy you a seat, but what else?
The owner should promo you a seat if I'm going to be there. If I'm going to.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it. We'll figure it out. Jeff's one of the big guys hosting.
Is it open to the public?
Yeah, it's open to the public. 100%. They have 200 seats for sale.
Let me start helping with the promotion of the event. Maybe I can sell a couple seats, so that way we can go to the owner and say.
Well, it's Jeff putting it on, Jeff and Brad, but. My thing was, if you also wanted to do something, if he didn't want to come all the way out here, if you wanted to do something at the Enclave, he could come sit in the studio with all the cars or whatever, dude. He's a car dude. We could do it inside, upstairs.
You can tell the owner you're already pre-wired right to our studio.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right.
Just
So
yeah,
Adam
100%.
could just do it from there.
We could do it right there where he's going to be staying.
Right. Or we could do it from here.
The Friday of or whatever. So you tell me if you want to do that, it'd be the perfect first thing to do there.
Information, because I'd love to do something with him here, and whether that's before the event and we promo it, or the event in itself, like you said, from your place. We got all kinds of different options. Like we can do it from here, we can do it from there. But yeah, what's the date?
I think it's Friday the 28th. Let me look real quick. Friday the 28th.
I'm not gonna be here.
You're not?
Yeah, Warsaw.
Okay.
Fuck. But I'm available Friday the 21st.
Well, still, if you want to, maybe you can still get him to just come on and talk because he still recognized the show. He had asked Brad about Bubba. Big lawyer.
Yeah, I could have him on. He can be on any show the week of the 17th, and I don't leave till Tuesday after the show, so the 24th and the 25th too.
Man, I would have loved you to be able to come out and hang out with all the boys because it's going to be Jeff and Steve and Dan and all the guys from Rob Elder and everyone from the Skybox.
Damn it.
It's okay. You have one of those open invites always. That's why we came out here. I just want to touch on you.
I know, bro. Oh my
Do I have time
God,
to pee real quick?
bummed.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, go pee.
Oh, Dan, you going outside or inside? Outside or inside? Oh, inside. All right, I get next break. I'll go sit at his chair and interact with chat. Good morning, everybody.
I'm sorry, Jay.
That's all right. That would have been really fun. I was just thinking, man, how much fun for us to just go hang with the boys and something that actually could be, a little bit of dual overlap, but more fun than anything.
Great.
And he's doing a comedy routine for 300 people. There's going to be all kinds of cool cars in there. It's going to be.
He's him and I have crossed paths several times.
For Brad to know exactly who you were, he said something about, I don't know if you guys had already reached out to him or if he was just reaching out to media contacts that he had in this area. But if Lummy reached out to him, I guarantee you it'll be a yes.
And hey, Lummy.
I'll text Jeff right now and ask him if he wants Bubba.
Sure.
Of course the answer is yes.
Did you know Colin Cowherd used to be here locally?
Yes, he did.
We should reach out to him.
We have.
Because he was.
Him and JC the Brick, they were doing the. Yeah. He was on, 620? And ABC.
And then, Aaron Andrews.
Yep. And what's his name? Damn. You talked to him. He was on Cold Pizza.
Jay Campbell?
Yeah, Jay Thomas. No, not Jay Thomas. Yeah, Jay.
Jay Crawford.
Jay Crawford, yes.
And AJ Hall. No.
Bubba, can we talk about the Fauci, the Kennedy thing before this?
I didn't. I got rid of that.
Oh, you did?
But if Lummy can send it to me, I can talk about it. What?
Because I already mentioned something about Iran, and Jay would be less apt to talk about the vaccine.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
I looked at that piece earlier today. I figured I was already down the road with Fauci. I didn't have to keep going on with that. Sorry, Dan, I can't build the show around your knowledge, but I try.
Well, I mean, it's more meaningful if I talk about it than, if Gene talks about it on Friday.
Well, that's why I'm not going to talk about it at all. I thought the piece that we played on Fauci was a pretty good explanation point to close out the Fauci stuff.
Sure.
I didn't know that, we needed to double down with the RFK deal.
Well, it's
Plus,
not
Fauci. I find RFK very irritating.
Oh, his voice?
Yeah.
You may like this one though.
I've seen it.
Do you see the CNN thing?
The CNN, yeah. I've seen it.
I watched it live when it happened.
It's the only thing different about this, Bubba, than the Fauci thing is this now is addressing the media's cover-up and RFK's willingness to confront the media on what their culpability was in it too, because they can't just say, "Oh, well, we didn't know."
Yeah, I'm familiar. Here we go. Hold on, Tarika. Oh, let me. I just fired it.
Oh no!
And now it's giving me a yippee-oh. Let's see if we can do it now.
Don't tell me it updated.
Yeah,
it did. It did. I saw it queued up too, Bubba.
Oh my God, Lummy! It's like what?
Come on, CBS.
It was fired up and ready to go.
There she is again. Hold on here.
Insisting an end to the war is close, and Trump has called off new attacks on Iran. Insisting an end to the war is close.
And how many more times do we got to do this? I mean, I think you guys might be able to have a better score than me, but I'm thinking just off the top of my head, we've done this 4 or 5, maybe 6 times.
It's 4+.
He's again calling for the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz.
And by the way, he does that every time, and they open it for a few days. And then, by Wednesday, they'll be playing cute games.
A waterway vital to the flow of the world's oil supply. CBS's MTS Tayeb is in Amman, Jordan, with the very latest. MTS.
Jerika, good evening. Well, just when it appeared the U.S. might be on the brink of another major military escalation with Iran, President Trump says he's holding off on new strikes, claiming the outlines of what he called a deal have been agreed to by Tehran and the U.S.'s Middle East allies. But mediators caution there is no agreement, only talks aimed at reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Saudi Arabia and other regional partners have urged the president to give diplomacy more time, fearing new U.S. strikes could ignite a much wider conflict. Iran, meanwhile, has dismissed the president's claims as, and I'm quoting here, psychological warfare.
See, that's where they lose me. When Trump comes out and says, we're working on a peace deal, and then in the same newscast, they interview people from over there that are supposed to be making decisions, and they're like, Trump's a blowhard. We don't have any deal in place. Doesn't that kind of make Trump look stupid?
It's designed to make Trump look stupid.
I know. And how many more times are you going to be look stupid? Like you said earlier, to use your very own analogy, how many times is Charlie Brown going to go for the Lucy pulls the football trick out from underneath him?
That's a pretty good analogy.
I mean, Iran is Lucy and Donald Trump's Charlie Brown, and they keep promising, I'm going to let you kick the football, Charlie. Charlie always ends up on his ass every time, just like clockwork.
Well,
Trump comes out and says, we're going to hold off because we think they're begging me for a deal. And then they're like, we don't want no deal, you blowhard, you psychological crazy bastard.
Yeah, the only difference with this one, and this is something I said months ago, is that the Arab states around Iran who have always stayed away from these conflicts are now finally getting in support of the conflicts, because during this time they're just shooting off missiles to Egypt and Qatar and the UAE. And so Saudi Arabia, what's happened differently is over the weekend, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia reached out to Donald Trump and said, listen, can you do me a favor? And can you stop it this time? We have our. You notice the thing is, the United States doesn't have a deal. The Arab states have a deal, is what that says. And so it's a bit distinguishable. And
can
so
he negotiate better than Trump?
Well, maybe Saudi Arabia has more pull with the strict religious sector of Iran more so than Trump does, and Kushner and the other guy who've done such a good job all over the world, but they've had a really difficult time with the Iranians because they're lying and deceitful in everything they do. And so I don't know if Saudi's going to get pie in the face and have Lucy pull the ball. Probably. But I think they may deal differently with Saudi.
So what happens if, in the best case scenario, let's say Saudi is able to make progress where we can't. That's great. That's awesome. That's what this would work out to be. Let's say they Lucy Saudi Arabia as well. At that point, you're like, okay, Saudi Arabia got involved. They Lucy'd him. They've been Lucying us for a long time.
Yep.
It's time for a Kiss concert.
Yes, and I think that's when Saudi and Qatar and the UAE and the rest of the Arab states become unified more expressly, and they allow this to be done. They don't want civilian deaths. No one wants civilian deaths, and that's the thing about Trump that no one really reconsiders is every time he pulls these things back, it's right when he's about to hit civilian infrastructure, bridges, power plants, water plants. If you do that, you hurt the Lummies and the Bubbas and the Dans and the normal people of the world who are just trying to get power for their children to go to school.
But there comes a point where that might be the only thing that they respond to.
I understand that. But, right now the rest of their society is going on.
And I think we're getting close to that. Like, we're getting close to that they're not responsive on us doing it above board. We now need to get dirty.
But I don't think it's because Trump is afraid to. I think it's because he doesn't like killing human beings.
I agree.
And there's a lot of people that would die if he does this way.
But unfortunately, I think that Trump is the pimp to be able to sell down the road, if you will, to the American public. I tried, I don't know how many different peace deals, and so I'm sorry, but sometimes war's not pretty. We got to take it to the next level. I think he's the guy that has the swagger that could potentially pull that off. Could Kamala Harris pull that off? No. Could Joe Biden pull that off? No. I'm just saying. So, we got the guy that could, and we're in bed, we're in our third trimester with this baby. Something's got to give.
But everyone else would want him to show restraint, and he shows restraint, and he's criticized for it.
Yeah. On his sixth restraint, yes,
but Bubba, but see, the point is, Bubba, no Americans are dying. We're not losing any Americans. So who gives a flying F if this takes another month?
I'll tell you, Dan, because it may not take a month. It may be like the next Afghanistan, and it may
never be that.
Okay, we don't know that.
It's also costing
just
us a
like
lot.
You don't know that it's going to last one more month, and I don't know that it's going to last 5 more years. We don't know. You don't have the intel, nor do I.
Dr. Dan, it's also costing us a lot, and it's depleting what they say is depleting our missiles.
We don't have.
That's as we're shooting. But sitting back and waiting doesn't deplete missiles. It doesn't kill anybody. And these guys are working anyway. The boats are still going to be floating, whether or not we're shooting or not shooting. They got to be floating either in Afghanistan or in the Strait of Hormuz or in the Pacific or in the Atlantic. They're all those assholes are there no matter what.
Christopher Lehman, $20.
You don't mean assholes.
But we're not blowing off. And we're not doing, takeoff and landings. What does it cost for an F-35 to fire up, pull off a deck, do an excursion, and come back? Probably a lot of money.
They do that every day, Bubba.
Okay. All right, Dan.
Now, all of this underscores just how uncertain this conflict remains. 50,000 American troops are still deployed across the region for a war expected to last no more than 6 weeks. Now in its 6th month.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
And we did lose 3 people last week, Dan.
Hundreds more wounded, and fuel prices have surged. Despite the diplomatic rhetoric, Tehran's strategy appears unchanged.
You think? Hold on, Dan. You think these people, and this is the equivalent to their Times Square,
right?
You think these people are reasonable and that they want to come up with some type of peace situation when they're putting this type of stuff on what is equivalent to their Times Square?
I agree that the public is being manipulated to look like they're being antagonistic to us, but remember they killed 30 or 40,000 protesters. Not everyone feels this way in Iran.
Changed using regional proxies and pressure on energy and shipping routes while pursuing one overriding objective, and that is the survival of the Islamic Republic. So tonight there may be a diplomatic opening, but not yet a breakthrough, Jerika. The question is whether either side has changed its strategic objectives or whether this is simply another pause in a war that has repeatedly defied predictions of a quick end.
MTS Taib in Amman.
It says it's about 50,000 launch on an F-35.
Wow. Fox News alert, Trump just called off strikes in Iran at the last second and has announced all parties have agreed to final points of a deal.
All right, now, hold on. I mean, that's great, and I hope that this is happening, and I hope that this is true, and I hope, but how many times have we heard this?
I think it's our 5th.
This is probably the 5th time. Yeah, I agree, Bubba. Bubba, the metaphor about Lucy pulling the football every time Charlie Brown's about to kick it is a beautiful, accurate, fair metaphor. I agree with you. But I still think there is some nobility in trying not to just flatten the country that did not preemptively attack our mainland.
We just made a great settlement of the war with Iran, and we're going to be subject to finalization of documents. We should get done over the next few days.
Now listen, I don't want anybody, including Dan or Jay or anybody, to think that I don't want our president to get a W here. I want this guy to efficiently close this out with as least amount of civilian casualties on our side and their side, and us come to a deal that we can both live with. And maybe that deal, maybe we got to put a little egg on our face and we don't get everything that we want. I think that that's more important to get the hell out of there, and instead of making this the next Afghanistan, the next Vietnam, the next, whatever the hell, and we get out of there. And I want this president to win. I want this guy to be able to say we invaded for the right reasons. The bullies of the Middle East. They don't have nuclear capabilities because we've taken the enriched uranium supplies. The Strait of Hormuz is wide open. Nobody has to pay a toll. I'm for all of that. That's what I want. I just don't know if we're dealing with people of sound mind that really want that as well, or willing to give that to us. And I think anything short of us getting some of those points, this is severely an L for us. If we don't get the enriched uranium, those capabilities, if we don't get that, if we don't get the Strait of Hormuz so that it's toll-free, I think this makes us look like we knee-jerked, we miscalculated their opposition, and it doesn't set well with the American people.
Do you have the oil prices up?
Yes, I do.
Is it up or down today?
Right now, it is currently down tremendously to $78. $78 is the low. This is the lowest that it's been since May 12th.
Oh.
This is the lowest that it's been since May 12th right now. It is currently at, let me see. Where's it at here?
So in 10 weeks, prices are down from 10 weeks ago.
It was down from last week, from Friday.
Yeah, from Friday.
88, I think it was 85 or 88 last week.
Let me see here. Where's my oil? I know somehow switched to something different. Oh, commodity. Crude oil, $79.21. It closed at $84 and a large amount. It closed at almost 85 on Friday. So it seems like with these announcements come immediate oil price deductions. So that's good. Maybe the people in the futures market know that this one might be for real, right? If they're trading that way.
I think also, Bubba, people in the futures market realize that no matter what happens, there will be an open strait and there will be no nuclear material left in Iran. When this is all said and done, no matter how long it takes, if it takes a week, if it takes 5 months, either way, that strait stays open and Iran gets no nuclear toys.
Well, let's hope.
Period. No matter what, that's happening. It's just a matter of a timeline. That's all.
Let's hope, because that's a win. That's a win.
Probably have a signing maybe in Europe.
Trump told the Post the deal is pretty much wrapped up, and top brass in Iran have approved a draft agreement. The terms extend the ceasefire, immediately reopen the strait, and in 60 days, Iran has to downgrade their uranium to zero. We don't lift the blockade until the...
And again, that's what has been told to us the last 6 prior times. And I hope this is the one that sticks.
I love the confidence of his non-committal phrasing. Pretty much all wrapped up. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Uranium's vaporized. And we don't unfreeze any of their money until they behave. For weeks, we haven't heard a peep from the gay Ayatollah. But now he's coming out.
All right, so here we go. This is really relative stuff.
The Supreme Leader approved this deal, sir?
I understand the answer is yes.
The last 2 nights have really gotten the Iranians' attention. The USS Michael Murphy launched dozens of Tomahawk missiles, hitting Iranian surveillance, communication systems, and air defenses along the southern coastline. These were the most ferocious and devastating airstrikes since we ended major combat operations in April. Tonight was going to be even worse.
We were hitting them very hard for the last 3 days. We're going to hit them even harder tonight. They knew that. We told them exactly what we were going to do. We explained it exactly because they had no Navy, they had no Air Force, they had any weapons of detection, they had nothing. And so we could tell them exactly what there wasn't a thing they could have done about it.
It wasn't just these airstrikes that put the pressure on. The president warned Iran he would just keep bombing them every night until they signed, and flirted openly on Fox and Friends about seizing Karg Island. Reports say the combination of airstrikes and Trump's saber rattling really unsettled the enemy and forced them to agree to terms. And one of the most embarrassing revelations for the Iranians was Trump disclosing that the U.S. Navy has been conducting Operation Freedom in secret, finessing dozens of tankers out of the strait right under Iran's nose. Because without radar, satellite, and comms, the enemy's deaf, dumb, and blind.
Over the last month, we've been taking out ships, big ships, quietly at night. You guys didn't know that. Pretty cool, right? As a captain. He knows about more about ships than I do, but it's pretty cool. They turned off the lights.
He gets so far down the road like a different rabbit hole.
We bombed their radar and everything so they couldn't see what was going on. We took them out at night. And the strait will officially open as soon as we sign, which could be soon.
Today, CENTCOM said the strait's open for business for everyone except the Iranians. CENTCOM officially declaring the United States now controls the strait. Our forces disabled another blockade runner in the Gulf of Oman. A Guinea-flagged MT Javelier was trying to transport oil from Iran until one of our aircraft fired two.
All right, so I mean, they're backing up various things that we did to intensify and solidify Donald's position with regards to this ceasefire that's been now in order now for I think it was like was it Friday, Lummy, that they did this?
Yeah, that's when it was announced.
I don't think they bombed it. I think it was pretty dormant over the weekend.
Yes. They stopped either Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. It was Thursday night or Friday they stopped.
I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
So Lummy, now where's he returning back from? West Palm?
Yeah, he jet sets a lot.
No, he was in Jersey yesterday.
Was he?
He was in Jersey at one of his golf clubs.
Oh, was that at the Jersey one where he won the 40th championship or whatever?
We were asked by the three primary groups. We were also asked by Iran, very strongly, actually. They said, we'd like to make a deal. Now, I don't know what they say, because a lot of times they'll say that to me, and then they'll go out and say, we don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, they don't want to be attacked. And they knew the extent of the attack because they saw it forming.
What happens now?
Well, now what we're doing is we're talking to them in the form of a negotiation. It begins tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if it's true. I'd love to do that, save a lot of lives, save a lot of unnecessary power, to be honest with you. It'll take many, many years to ever build it back. If it could, I don't think it would be even buildable back. So we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II, and it would have been disastrous for them. And they didn't want us to do it. And frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. They thought that a deal is imminent.
Well, I mean, one would think that would be coming down this week, right? Like, I mean, today's
the Crown
Monday.
Prince of Saudi's got way more pull in the Middle East than Trump does.
Did you guys see Bill Maher? Oh my God!
Yes,
it
was unbelievable.
It is
right?
so unbelievable.
If he's not the most reasonable, classic liberal who has the balls to speak up like everyone else should, whether you're Republican or Democrat or anything, just be a regular, common sense human being.
Just a regular guy. Just
it's
a regular
what he
dude.
Said.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he's historically been a pretty staunch Democratic liberal.
100%.
Just he's been very vocal. He's often fair.
He had TDS the first time. He'll say it himself. And this time he still calls Trump out constantly about everything, but he'll also call out the other side. And so it makes someone actually tolerable and listen. You can actually listen to them when they're reasonable. It's incredible.
For the life of me, I keep seeing various reports on this Democratic Socialist. What is it? DSA?
Yes.
Is it Democratic Socialist? Is it
of America? Of America. No, they make it beautiful.
Well, you got James Carville. He's ready to jump ship too.
Yep. Rahm Emanuel.
Fetterman.
Yeah.
I mean, the Democrats should be circling their wagons, validating their message, all getting together and having one particular liberal-leaning, big hurrah, that they're all on the same page, that they all feel this way or that, and not let the Seattles and the Minneapolises and the Mondabis and all these people that have fragmented off the Democratic Party just destroy your party.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely listen, I want a sensible, a liberal Democratic candidate in there to run against, whatever Republican candidate they prop up. I want choices. We want choices. And when you had George H.W. Bush against Bill Clinton and then Barack Obama against whoever the hell he beat, you had choices. You actually had choices, and the Democratic Party wasn't fragmented into the hardcore liberal old school Democrats like the Bill Clintons, the Barack Obamas. Now you got this whole wing of weirdness that, quite frankly, if I was a hardcore Democrat, would be like, that's not me. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like we need to be socialists. I don't feel like we need to be woke and weird. I mean, the Seattle mayor had them turn off all city security surveillance. Not the flock cameras, but cameras that the city had put up in various different districts, entertainment districts and high crime districts. So the police chief and other people could either, one, monitor stuff that's potentially happening in those bad areas, or two, when something bad had happened, like 3 people shot and killed at a festival, they could go to the cameras and start trying to help find who did it. The Seattle mayor had all city cameras turned off about a month ago for trying to eliminate ICE's ability to look at these cameras and find out where illegal aliens were. And so they have a shooting of 3, and she blames the police chief who was on vacation for the weekend on a certified, had-approved vacation. She fires her police chief, puts another African-American dude in there. There was the previous one was an African-American dude. He had a pre-planned, vacation. He was gone during the shooting. Immediately upon finding that these 3 people had been shot, returned back to Seattle to his police chief duties, and the first thing he finds out is that the cameras were turned off by the mayor, and they don't have any way to start investigating this. And what's the mayor do? Have you seen that woke-ass bitch, Lummy?
Yes.
She fires the police chief and says, I'm going to put a police chief that has a better track record of staying here in Seattle and keeping his eye on things. Not blaming herself for having turned off all the surveillance cameras. It's really her, but instead she uses her chief as the fall guy. That's just one example of how woke and weird the Democratic Party has become, and all it's going to do is destroy your party.
And your city.
It's going to destroy your party, and anybody that puts a DSA, a Mondami, the bitch from Seattle, Tim Waltz, just all of these people that are not liberal, they're woke and weird and communist.
Yeah, in the interest of defying ICE, they've neglected human basic safety, which is put cameras up when you have high volume events like during Gasparilla. They have cameras all over that they add. They add cameras. They don't subtract cameras. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Again, it goes against common sense. The DSA party is against common sense. We don't need a president. We don't need checks and balances. We don't need a Supreme Court. We don't need any of these things that formulate what we call the Constitution.
Well, it's funny because if a Republican puts sauerkraut on his hot dog, he's a fascist. And yet the Democrats put up candidates with literal swastikas on their chests tattooed.
Guy from Maine.
And a bunch of people that beat their chests and are proud of being communists. But every time communism, which sounds beautiful, when you read about it, it sounds like utopia. But every time it's been put into practice in the world, it's led to thousands, if not millions, of deaths and tons of suffering and catastrophic economies.
I can't understand I can't understand us as a country, regardless of your political affiliation, how we could be getting there. How we're now officially there.
Kids don't know. Kids don't know the history, and that's one of the
Kids
things
are
Bill
taught
Maher hits.
a different history.
I know, but Bill Maher actually touches on it because that's the whole thing. Is that the people that support these DSA candidates are ultra woke, ultra educated, and they don't know about socialism. So, I mean, it's a really interesting piece.
We're going to get into that next. Stand by.
Don't chalk up their behavior to being crazy rednecks.
Yeah, think about that.
They're just totally insane. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Bonuses.
Driving through. What up, Snizuki, Black Eye and Cali, Dirt Merchant? How's everybody doing? Big Lunger.
Let me do. I need to tape some shit today, don't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Awesome, Michael Wilson. Rookie.
What up, J Law Bronco? Grouper Lips. Good morning, everybody.
What's up, Dave Rock?
Uncle Rocky, good morning. Jay Bowler, 300, 200 here. Alan, be good. Dave Rock, what up?
Pete Higgs up at the white supremacy.
I don't think I've seen that one yet. Trash guy, I have to take a look for that. Surprised I didn't see it. What up, Jeff Frierson? Good morning. You as well, Dave Rock. FTE Sam TX, what up? I hope that's Texas. Mike from Mass, good morning. They boot you.
You got any bonuses?
No, sir.
Okay, we're gonna do payroll.
Hey, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. If you're looking for a Volkswagen or any quality used vehicle, it's Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel. You can get financing as low as 0% APR on new VWs and as low as 1.9 APR on certified pre-owned. Over 200 new VWs in stock. Over 200 used vehicles in stock. You're looking for a specific car or truck or something they don't have? They'll find it for you. Mention Bubba Army, get an additional $1,000 off new or used. No questions asked. Ask for my boy Rolo. For more information, go to VWofWC.com. Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel.
So the lawyers are nervous, and that's a good sign. Back to Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba the Love Sponge.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Just got word back on Friday that the watches are being assembled, and I think they ship today or tomorrow. So that'll be cool. I think we'll have like 20 or 25 extra for you to buy. The shoes sold out. The 5 or 6 pairs of those we had left, they sold out last Friday. I think the Lasker T-shirts, the Bubba hockey jersey, tumblers, and men's tactical bags are all on reorder and will be coming soon. Bubba Army Store, Bubba Army Merch, BubbaArmyShop.com. This is from Bill Maher's show. I think it's on Friday nights on HBO, isn't it? I think it is.
Yes.
Yes. And, you know, Bill Maher, historically a Democrat. And Bill Maher, I don't know, is kind of like, I don't know if this is a great analogy or not, but I kind of feel like he's our modern day, the best ever, George Carlin. I feel like he's kind of a modern day George Carlin.
Or like a Dennis Miller. He's cerebral. You know what I mean? He's got like thoughtful jokes.
Right. And he doesn't really pull any punches. Like, you know, if the Republicans are killing it or acting like buffoons, he'll call them out. And the same with the Democrats. And it seems like, and I have great Democratic friends that are, you know, traditional Democrats.
100%.
John Morgan, Babyface, other friends that probably don't want me to talk about their political affiliation because, unfortunately, in today's world, you got to kind of keep your political affiliation to yourself.
Yep.
It could potentially cost you business, various opportunities. People judge you now based on what you politically align with. People will judge you. People will no longer say, well, you know, I'm a Republican and he's a Democrat, but I still want to do business with him. He's a good friend of mine. Who he votes for is none of my business. But now, in today's world, I mean, I think you could literally like, man, I'm not doing business with that guy anymore. I found out he was a Democrat. Crazy ass.
Republicans don't say that very often.
Well,
I do hear it the other way a lot.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be happening at all.
No, but like how many Republicans do you know that say, oh, I won't talk to my liberal family anymore? It's usually the liberal family. Like, I won't talk to them anymore because they have Trump derangement syndrome. And it's, you know, I don't like to over stereotype people, but that happens, I think, more often than not. If you look at which way it goes that way.
Well,
what businesses do Republicans boycott? I mean, Bud Light for a second?
Well, I'm just saying it's more that way than it ever has been.
For sure.
And it's the world that we live in, and it's just easier to keep your political affiliation to yourself and not potentially piss off a family member, a potential business partner, a business situation. It's just easier not. Unfortunately, we live in a world where it's easy. It makes more common sense to keep your mouth shut with regard to how you politically align. You know, and so Bill Maher is not one to keep his mouth shut. And everybody knows, man, even me, a Republican, I feel for my Democratic colleagues in the fact that, like, your party is absolutely fragmenting and right below your, like, crumbling right below your feet to the point and it's not for the better. I mean, you can take either party. There could be a breath of fresh air that came into the Republican Party and made more sense. That potentially the majority of Republicans are doing. There could be a Democratic, superstar that arises, much like the way Barack Obama rose through the Democratic ranks. You could see him at the Democratic convention when he was a fresh-faced senator from Chicago. You could see the Democrats were kind of grooming him to be the next big thing, and they did it. He was. And he didn't do it through weirdness. He didn't do it through communist ideas or socialistic type ideas. He did it for just leaning hard on the democratic values and went on to be a 2-time president. Bill Clinton the same. But Bill Clinton's ideology, Barack Obama's ideology, and how they perceive how we should be governed is the furthest thing from what this new DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, these whack jobs. I don't know of any good Democrat that would align themselves or believe what these people believe. These people totally believe in communism and are absolutely, when the Democrats more than ever need to circle their wagons and be on the same page, they are doing exactly opposite, and they are destroying their party. And you got good Democrats like Fetterman and Jay, you mentioned a couple others that are potentially jumping ship because the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA, they're viable and they're getting people elected. There's a congressman out of Colorado. They had 3 from New York. You got Mundani, the mayor of New York. You got a couple from I think Virginia or something like that.
I think Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts.
And there are regular good Democrats, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton type Democrats that are jumping ship. And that's the last thing that the Democratic Party needs. They need to wrap their arms around each other and get their act together. Bill Maher beautifully described it this past Friday.
And finally, new rule: Donald Trump has told 1 trillion lies, but when he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communist, that's not one of them. And it's not hard to prove it just by quoting the DSA and their candidates. J.D. Vance was on the show, and I told him that if the Democratic Party keeps going in the direction of the DSA, my vote was in play. And all I heard all vacation was, oh my God, you're a Republican now. No, that's not what I said. I said in play. And here's why. Because not a week goes by where I don't read about some newly chosen, exciting new face in the Democratic Party. And then when that face opens its mouth, the Communist Manifesto or some other crazy shit comes out. Again, let's just read the quotes. The DSA platform says you work as much as you are able and no more than needed. If that was any closer to Karl Marx's dictum, from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs, they'd be sued for plagiarism. New York Mayor Mondani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not trying to hide it.
This is funny. He's like, they're not trying to hide it. They're telling you exactly what it is.
Their most popular influencer, Hassan Piker, thinks communism is so groovy. He laments the fall of the 2 of the most murderous regimes in history, the Soviet Union and Chairman Mao's China. Mondani's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over.
What? Yeah. If you don't believe in the government, just everybody just back up and let me just go ahead and say this one last time. Pay attention. If this is Mondani's #1 aide, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize private property, it's over. how can anybody out there that owns their own business, that owns their own home, that owns their own shop, that owns their truck, that any asset or property that you potentially have could possibly, under their regime and their belief system, could be in play for them to take it.
One of the essential elements of our Constitution is property rights and contract rights. It's so important to individual rights and freedoms is the ability to own something that is yours and only yours. That's why so many people protest to property taxes and estate taxes when you've already been taxed on as an income tax. And so what she's saying there is so anti-constitutional and so insane. It is the essence of communist. When the government comes and seizes a sacred right to seize private property.
Yeah.
You're right. It is over.
It's also there's more people that rent or don't own things now than there are the people that own things.
All right, here we go.
Middle class.
That's scary.
Hold on. Impoverish the white middle class. Let me just go ahead and play this one last time uninterrupted.
Even the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class. What? That's a goal? You know you're supposed to scare people into voting for you, right? One of the new soon-to-be Democratic congresspeople, Darlisia Chevalier, supports seizing all properties from landlords and said seize the means of production. Mendami has said the end goal is seizing the means of production. I think they want to seize the means of production. Now, maybe you missed that in school or missed school altogether, but that's communism. Now the coalition within the DSA, called the Marxist Unity Group, is in ascendance, and I must take them at their word when their words include, our commitment is to the long-term struggle for a fully liberated, classless society, in a word, communism.
That, by the way, that's their word. That's not interpreting what they have said. That is what the Marxist Unity Community Group said.
And they've ascended within the powers of the DSA.
Yes,
that's what he's saying.
It's a fragment of the DSA.
Yep.
What do they have to do? Tweet out, elect more communists? Oh, yeah, Sia Weaver did that.
What?
Yeah. Elect more communists. Sia Weaver, the head aide to Madami, actually, in December 18th of 2017, said, elect more communists.
Yes. Good. I'm glad you're shocked. People got to realize this is going on.
And at a time where the Democrats need to be strong and unified, more so than ever. We're on the same page. This is how we feel. We're not woke and weird. We're not fighting transgender issues and taking your house and property issues. We're fighting for, like the rights of women and, various other huge Democratic, liberal-leaning aspects of our life that you could have a dog in the fight, and a lot of people align with you. Here is this is Kamala Harris. Now this bitch is drunk. Like she's just drunk.
They say she likes the wine.
And she's stupid. Like she's stupid. Like before you blurt this out, you fact check it because it sounds so outrageous that you would be like, there's no way this is true. It's her talking about the government taking SNAP and welfare benefits away from a certain amount of people, and she claims that it killed taking SNAP and food benefits away from the people that have had them take them away and under the Doge and various other, programs that we've limited fraud and waste. She claims that has killed nearly 750,000 people.
It's so unbelievable that they got rid of USAID. And you saw the recent numbers. As many as 700,000 people have died. because of withdrawing American aid.
Now, if eliminating or reducing USAID, which I didn't even really know is that like us aiding other countries?
No, it's the play on the letters. It was like I believe it funded a lot of programs in the United States.
And has it killed 700,000 people?
No, they can't prove that.
Hey, Alexa, has the removal of USAID caused the death of 700,000 people?
Sorry, I don't know that.
We got a dumb one, Lummy. We need to turn her back in. Can you look it up for me if you could,
that's what I'm
please?
trying to find. I can't find anything.
That they got rid of USAID. And you saw
USAID. Let me ask. Hey, Alexa, has the removal of USAID caused any deaths?
Sorry, I don't have...
Jesus, she's the dumbest bitch ever.
There's just studies. It says how many people have died from Doge, from how much is saved from USAID. It says estimates range from 159,000 to 1 million lost. When modeled across multiple programs and years, the estimates are based upon historical costs. It's blah, 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 blah. Show me somebody. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a study that shows it, because there are no studies that I'm aware of that would show that X amount of people died this year because of Doge cuts.
It says that if it keeps going, all the cuts, that it could lead up to 5 million people dying by 2030.
Dying from what?
From not given,
disease, hungerness,
gay, Sesame Street in Pakistan, and the LGBTQ in whatever country, and condoms to Hezbollah. Come on. It's a joke. People are against fraud, waste, and abuse. You're going to support that? It's a joke.
When we return, this woman, who I think is a man, opened up a funeral home with no real license to operate a funeral home. Now, I think that you probably have to have all types of licenses to be dealing with dead bodies and embalming them. And I got to think that there's all types of regulatory in that world, or it should be. And this person allegedly forged paperwork claiming to be a dead man's wife and took the entire $2.2 million estate. And when the person walked out of whatever problem they had out of the courtroom, he told everybody he was a celebrity and he didn't have to talk. And then insulted the reporter's shoes and said that the organs that he takes out of the bodies were his lunch. Yeah, that along with finally a pizza that I may not have to soup up. It looks like Red Baron celebrating their 50 years, and I'm going to have the merch crick buy one of these, and I'm putting it on my Presto pizza maker. The Red Baron company, which they make a pretty good frozen pizza.
Yeah, I think so.
They're doing a pizza with 50 toppings to celebrate their 50 years. Yeah, we need to get the Presto machine out here, Lamy, and make one for lunch one day.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Deliciously disgusting.
You're absolutely right.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Project by 2030, the global aid cuts could lead to at least 9.4 million deaths.
Yeah, that's if there's no backfilling, because Elon Musk claims there's no evidence that all Doge cuts to USA led to even a single death. He tweeted, and I'm quoting here, "No valid medical funding was stopped. No legitimate life-saving funding was discontinued."
Well, then it said that if more cuts come out, there could be up to 22.6 million deaths.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Be scared.
Well, isn't that the AOC said that? What?
The world was ending in 12 years, and when she runs for president in 2028, it'll have been 10.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
It'll be 10 years she's been in government. She can't run as an outsider when you've been a congressperson for 10 years.
She's been fighting for the people.
You know, the Republicans have a much deeper bench than the Democrats do. I mean, the Democrats' bench is what, Newsom, Kamala, AOC. I mean, could you imagine Bernie Sanders and all those people on the stage? It'd be just...
I don't
a clown show.
I think Bernie's gonna make it there.
I think he'll. I mean,
He's
he's got some
95?
kind of Illuminati gel he puts in. He must bathe in every night.
Is he 95?
He's 80 plus for sure.
He looks old as fuck.
He's looked the same though since Trump ran against him 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. 8 years ago.
84.
84. Man, I want to be chilling when I'm 84. I don't want to be on Congress doing any of this shit.
Well, he blasted Fetterman saying he's way out of touch.
Really?
Yeah.
The most reasonable guy.
Well, he's out of touch with the American people.
Could you imagine if the Republicans had 10% of the Republicans that were crazy right-wingers? Every day there'd be someone on Congress saying, do you disavow what these people are saying? Not, we have a big tent. You have a big tent that becomes a clown show.
Thank you, Christopher Lehman with the 20. Merchant 10. Thank you. What's up, Chaos Possum?
Daytona, Tony Peters. James Rosa, you're right, but he said it a different way. He didn't say Medicare for all. He said everyone's entitled to health insurance, and you can keep your doctor. You like your doctor, you can keep him. It was different than this. He didn't say open borders. He didn't say any of that stuff. Whether he meant it or not, he never said it. Top of the morning, Robbie Rodman. I agree with what you're saying, but he was more clever in the way that he did it, James Rosa. He just, if you go back and look at his speeches, he never said these words that these people are saying. And he actually had a much better border than the Democrats would like to admit. It looks that way, Jonesy.
Just Bubba fan. Ben Longnecker.
One of the smoothest politicians ever, James Rosa. What up, scooting about Scotland?
That is Jake.
No way, Snizuki. They're dangerous enough. There were kids, or I should say young men, going through my canal at 40 or 50 miles an hour on jet skis. I was out in the dock with Pity going to say something, but they never stopped again.
I would have shot some bear spray to them.
Pity said, "Let's get your ski rope, and I'll swim across the canal, and we'll hold it up, and we'll clothesline them."
Hey, did you see something on 75 over on Saturday or Sunday night?
No, what happened?
Like a teen takeover or some shit?
Was it really?
What happened?
It looks like there was a teen takeover.
Central Florida and all across the great state of Florida. Listen up. When your business or home needs serious wiring done right, there's only one crew I trust, GPZ Cabling. They're Florida's premier low-voltage contractor, handling data cabling, fiber optics, Wi-Fi access points, audio and video systems, access control, and security cameras that actually work when you need them. From Orlando to Tampa, Jacksonville to the Keys, GPZ's got the whole state covered. And make sure you tell them Bubba sent you. You're going to get 20% off your install. Call GPZ Cabling today at 813-524-6794 or visit gpzcabling.com. GPZ Cabling, Florida's premier low-voltage contractor. Don't get wired up wrong, get wired up right. GPZ Cabling.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Play. Oh.
Should hit these
With everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously through his bizarre world.
Imagine how much protein's in my body.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
This next example is a prime example of the entitlement that people think they have in our country, and just how much we allow weirdos to operate within, various businesses. And this guy is I think he claims to be a woman. I think he identifies as a woman, and he owns a funeral home without the proper licensing needed. And then while he was the home of the funeral, the director or owner of this funeral home, embellished or extorted or flat out stole $2.2 million from a person that died, and he was processing their paperwork or whatever within his little funeral world, if you will, and embezzled or stole $2.2 million from a family and their dead relative. This is, I think, the person going to court. The screenshot shows what looks to be his equivalent to his older Italian J. Diaco, a slick-ass lawyer.
Except he's got the wrong shoes on. He's got tennis shoes on. He looks like a clown.
Yeah, exactly.
Unique Mika Green Battle is the person.
What now?
That's her name.
Unique
Mika Green Battle.
Now, can you read? It said that the actual entire story is far more disturbing than just this little 45-second excerpt.
I'm trying to read into it because it looks like there's a lot that they're uncovering.
Here we go.
Hi. I don't have anything to say. Get out of my face.
Did you know?
I don't have nothing to say.
Did you know?
Get out. I don't have nothing to say. Get out of my face.
How did you make an $800,000 bond?
Get out of my face. I need something to do, baby. Go get you some shoes that look good.
Go get you some shoes that look good.
Okay.
Where about your clothes, your uniform you got on?
Okay.
Yeah, she has no comment. At this point, she has no comment on the advice of counsel. I'm not going to allow her to make any.
I'm such a celebrity. I'm a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity.
Did you forge those documents?
Did your mother forge them? Did your mom forge them?
Where did that
Maybe
bucket of
your
organs come
mom
from?
forged them. Come on out of the way, baby. Get out of the way.
Shut up.
Get out of the way.
Stop
Where
talking.
did the bucket of organs come from? Here we go. So she, him, shim, her, it had a bucket full of organs at the funeral home.
Come on out of the way, baby. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. They were for you to eat for lunch.
He didn't deny it, though.
Stupid. They're for you to eat.
For you to eat.
To me, what society or who has made a person to be able to roll around like this, entitled, and just simply act this way? Like, how broken is our system that we allow this type of behavior?
Looks like they found multiple Home Depot buckets containing different human organs, 48 boxes of
Where's this based out of? Miami?
Houston.
Out of Houston.
Yeah, in Texas. So
this shim, him, her, he was operating a funeral license without proper licensing, including but not limited to taking out the organs during embalmment and putting them in a bucket.
It looks like they were trying to sell them on the black market.
Oh
my God! It's
and isn't
reprehensible.
Yeah. Is this what's this person facing? As far as jail time or penal, the penal. What's this person facing?
It says anywhere between 5 to 20 years.
And he bailed out for $800,000. He's already out of jail.
A popular frozen pizza brand puts 50 toppings on one crust, and I obviously had to count them.
Iggy McGillicuddy, $20.
Thank you, Ig. I got something for you, my friend. I'm gonna go buy one of these. I have Merch Crick does. In honor of the 50th anniversary of a frozen pizza brand announced a limited edition Supreme Pizza with 50 toppings on a classic crust. The brand shared the news on Instagram with the caption, for our 50th anniversary, we have
supremed it up.
Supremed our Supremed pizza, and then supremed it some more in a sideshow of pizzas that got supremedified with each click on the arrow. So supposedly this is their Supreme. Okay, so
the Supreme.
All right, so there's 50.
Look at that thing.
Holy cow.
You can't even see the cheese, Bubba.
Yeah, I don't know if it has any volume or not. I don't know that it does, but it is. It's a Supreme. They may offer. There's ones with 35. There's ones with 6. There's 2. That's just cheese. That looks like pepperoni, some olives, and maybe some sausage. I can't even tell you what's on that pizza with 35. And then the 50 is right here.
What are the top? Does it list the toppings? Because I don't know. There's 50 things I want on my pizza.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to figure out.
There it is.
Where?
Some ingredients seem reappear from slightly different forms and colors. Diced green peppers, julienne green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers, green chilies, diced green chilies, sliced green chilies, multiple pepperonis, multiple onions, several. Oh, they're doing multiple things of each thing. So multiple different types of pepperoni and multiple different types of onion and several different types of mushroom.
Red Baron is giving away fans a chance to win one of these in a sweepstakes running through July 23rd to the August 4th. 10 win. I just want to pay for one. Approximate retail value is $25.
Oh.
I mean, are they going to keep it out for a while, or is it limited time? Because I'd buy one of those all the time.
I think we have to enter. Can we get Gary Cantrell to enter you?
I don't know.
Somebody to enter you? Because I don't think you can just buy it off the shelf. I don't think you can.
I'm trying to find one if there's one around here.
81, finally, before I go to words, last story probably of the day. An 81-year-old French woman traveled to, is that
Senegal?
Senegal? Is that in Africa? I think Senegal might be in Africa. To meet her boyfriend. She's 81. He's 24.
What?
In short, they're going to return to France because they plan to get married in September.
West Africa.
Bubba.
Here is the grandma. She's 81. He's 24. They're going to go back to France and get married. And look at him. I mean, all over each other. I mean, like, grandma, really? He's 24, she's 81, and they're going back to France to get married. Can an 81-year-old still...
Yeah. Full trucker effect, $20. What do you just put a little lube on it, right?
She probably needs a lot of lubrication.
Yeah. Coconut oil.
She's all over him.
She is definitely lost with him for sure.
I mean, they're all over each other. Grandma, chill out.
That's like when you're 16 and you're head over heels in love with your girlfriend and she's going away for like a day and you're like, don't leave me. I can't believe you're going to leave me.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be like Arlene hooking up with like a 29-year-old.
Oh, my Lord.
It'd be like burning a timeout.
No.
Steve would burn the house down. He would, with the guy in it. Get Arlene out last minute.
I mean, could you do that
No.
age for a certain amount of money?
No, I could not. I just want to watch porn and masturbate. I don't want some old bag taking her teeth out at night. Yeah. Had a gallon of coconut oil just to get the vaginal juices going. I can't even slip in. Ew. That just disgusts me. I'll stay single. I mean, porn's so good now. Although I will tell them, I tried to look at some porn last week, and because we live in Florida, they want you to put your ID in almost everything. I'm like, man, this is really dampering my porn experience, asking for my ID. So I had to try to find some spots that didn't, require your ID, and they're like real jobber sites, like Pornhub and YouTube, like all the good ones, all the really good ones that we've, stroked up to, Lummy.
Yeah.
You can't get them.
Unless you pay for them.
No, they want your ID.
Well, you can pay for sites without an ID.
You can?
Yeah, you just can't do free ones.
I'm not going to start paying for porn now. Now the wheels are officially off if I'm paying for porn.
Yeah.
But
that's when society really falls apart.
You can't go to the real ones. They're like, due to the fact that you live in Florida, you got to prove that you're 18. Put your ID in. When I put my ID in, so you guys can come knock on my door and say that I was looking at some porn I ain't posa?
Just make Birch Correct do it for you.
No, I don't want her knocking on my door for either one of us.
He's hit the rattler. What comes next? We can only guess. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Our straight job.
I use a VPN when I'm in Costa Rica so that I can get my normal stations. I bet you could do the same thing with that.
I don't even know what a
You could just put it to Vegas or somewhere where there's no rules.
I don't even know where there's a VP. How to do a VPN?
He's got to sign up for it.
You just get it. It's an app.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
And then everything on your phone runs through a VPN.
That's what all the bad guys do.
No.
Yeah. All the fuckers that fuck with us run it through a VPN.
Also, Bubba, you have a box that has some stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
It has
Good
everything
morning,
you could
Go Knights
possibly
in charge
want. On the porn side.
What up, Glenn Longnecker? Good to see you, buddy. What's the one on Nord? I forget what the hell it's called. NordVPN, I think.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them now. I've reached out a couple for us to use. Yeah, you get Nord Express, Proton. Thank you, Full Trucker Effect, 20. Roberto Perez knows.
You got me some break it downs and
I sent an email on a couple.
And some lock it ins.
Yeah, it's in a
Not
second.
anymore, Mike.
I think there's like 4 or 5 in for the lock it in. And I think there's 2 for breaking it down.
What up, Johnny K. Steel Slinger? Jiggy Bear.
Morning, Joe.
Chaos Possum Racing. It's always fun to do. 305 Express 7. That's awesome. I just got a Dominator Pro from Firewire at the factory in Carlsbad. Pity was ripping on it. It's a great board. I've been riding the equivalent of I have a hand-shaped Seaside, which is similar to that mashup. Yeah, I wish we'd get some good East Coast ways. 305 Express. Morning, Liz 84. Gary Death Trap. Berto Perez, what's up, my friend? I'm dying to get back in the water, 305. I haven't been in since the pool 2 weeks ago. I'm dying.
Thank you, Macho.
I haven't looked at the Revo Max, but I'm sure it's in good shape. They've got some of the best shapes right now. What up, Biggie? Good morning, buddy. Thuggish Ruggish Nerd, good morning. Congratulations, HS Bubba fan. It's a big day. What up, Sicilian Redneck? Hope all's well.
What's up, radio? Wednesday.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App for all people.
Got about 57 seconds to say goodbye to everybody before we hit the close. Jay, I appreciate you, my friend.
I appreciate you.
I'm bummed that I can't do the... Well, we'll try to work out that we can have Corolla on some way, shape, or form to promote the event.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Sure.
Lummy, you got anything? Oh, you got some break-it-downs and some lock-it-ins for me?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Appreciate everybody being here today. Tomorrow we'll be back. Same lineup. Yep, I got you, Mach. I figured it out, my friend. Thank you. We'll just hit this until 37. So I know that we won't be transitioning. This is the transition.
Full trucker, $20.
Lummy, we're transitioning.
We're transitioning.
Yeah, we're only 10 seconds away from hitting a gimmick. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
we
1. Boom.
Transitioned.
Oh, we're taking this clear till 10. My bad. My bad, Macho Man. So we're taking this to 58:10, Lummy, which that comes in about 20 seconds from now. Tomorrow, Jay, Dan, myself, and the Lum, and I'm going to tape some stuff here today, Lummy, that will triculate all out throughout the week. You're doing a Goat Report live today?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. See you in 3, 2, 1.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter program.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.